handsome fresh na swag iko min airpenda na live kwa Eskimo wapona vunja shingo nkona shine on kwa shingo over no signal handsome fresh na swag iko min airpenda na live kwa Eskimo wapona vunja shingo nkona shine on kwa shingo
so skia
over no signal
ati airplane mode no signal staki hama mblena wajojo kule niko lifestyle movie wanna pick to my B-roll tell them I'm the shit watch quest is a T-roll handsome fresh na swag iko drip cold tuna live kwa Eskimo na tukikam tuna flood ki El Nino tumekam tukispin kwa roulette ka casino
ndo manake boy misi simple vacation niko island migingo scorpion kama fight na sub zero tunafunga easy net kama Robert Firmino you can see no signal minister checky symbol it's a 5-8 flavor you can't touch my lingo handsome fresh na swag iko min airpenda na live kwa Eskimo wapona vunja shingo nkona shine on kwa shingo over no signal handsome fresh na swag iko min airpenda na live kwa Eskimo wapona vunja shingo nkona shine on kwa shingo over no signal no swing though na nikidunga wanasema code zero drip king yo 5'8" number 9 dream team pro and we keep it raw Kitch culture bibas in the behind rewind was kids tena bana he line he mine see mine meanwhile na sip when na design na diva niko Beijing like ni hao no signal rada ni ukae chini usikize mazerada safi real street bro no signal he gone nilivalishwa bila degree hata sijui ni how Steve Biko niko kiko Hey, deli zangu kutoa moshi mbili supu bitko mafutani siku mingi binti uko clingy no signal.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
The number you have dialed has been changed. The new number is
888888 Yo kwa nini kesho
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
What you did.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Yes, somebody alarm mbuyu. Ngoja kuna mzee hapa. Kila mtu akae chini. Sikilizeni masharti ya basi. 1, heshimu makaga. 2, hakuna kuradarada wakati basi inadarada. 3, msikule vitu kwa njia. Niambia mtu mwingine hapa asikule akakula. Akakalala fofofo. Twende.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, Thursday is here. Guess what? We are on the 20th day of March on the 25th year. Maybe it's the 26th of the 2000s. Unajua, the new millennium. Karibuni sana maze this beautiful afternoon. Tumeshinda hii system here. Will it rain? Will it not rain? Well, guess what? There is sun out here. I don't know how long it will be here, but I'm wondering how it is where you are, and I'm super excited to hear where you are. So talk to your boy at KIGONDUW on the PAWA radio on all social media platforms. Umekuaje maze? Umeenda to the cinemas? You know what I always ask, have you gone to the theaters? Have you watched a recent play? How did you feel? What are you looking forward to? Isn't it to me uliza every other Thursday, and today is no different. Well, today is a Queen's edition. Umesikia tumeanza hapo na soka mosie. She actually has some new music out. Maybe we'll get to sample it at some point. Lakini pia hiyo mwimbo ingine tumecheza tu saini ya ma legends inaitwa Yesu Jemedari ya Wangeshi Mbogo, because like we said, today we are celebrating queens. So like you've seen on the poster, we have a comic in the house, we have a poet in the house, we have actors, we have people in production doing production managers, being production managers, etc, and I can't wait to hear all their perspectives. This women in the arts, this queens in the arts, Khaleesi's, whatever you'd like to call them, I hope it is a name of celebrating my sisters and my mothers. Ladies and gentlemen, this March tumekuwa tukikumbushwa tuwakumbuke na tuwa celebrate, so I won't even do what we normally do. Tunasema ai ya wanaume ni alini. Nah bruh, we're not doing any of that right here. We're celebrating without question and saying yes indeed, the arts would be different without them in it, because we recognize from the OGs to the NGs. Wanaitwaje hawa watu wapya? Is it like new Gs? Anyway, to the YGs, that's a better word. To the YGs, from the OGs, na realize mazetu na wahitaji sana. So this particular one I dedicated to the queens out there, the ones who are here with us. Big up Flozz, big up every other person working at Power Radio. Na unajua we ni queen na kutambua siku ya leo. Nasema enjoy playlist yetu ya leo, itakuwa hapa kule. But either way, all the special ones, jua ni zako wewe mwenyewe. Ladies and gentlemen, stick around with me. Tell your friends, the show has begun. 1 to 4 every other Thursday, if not every Thursday, tutakuwa hapa tukichapa hii job mazee. Na unajua vile napenda kuicheza. Ukiwa YouTube, if you're watching us, enda pale kwa comments, engage me, engage us. Ukiwa Twitter, you know how we roll. X is the place to be. Nyi watu wa Twitter ni a whole other a whole other lot mazee. And we see you and we hear you and we can't wait to engage with you. So talk to me, particularly about the arts, because this is center stage. Na we tuko IG na wewe maze. Nyi watu pia tunawapenda sana. Nyinyi watu wa IG ninapenda kuwasalimu. Ukiteremka hivyo uende IG, uteremke uende Twitter, Facebook. And you know what we do here? Tuna celebrate the arts and everyone in the arena. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do this. Center Stage is in the building. Hashtag Center Stage KE. Hashtag KIGONDU is on. Let's go.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Listen to the words that don't slip out my mouth. Just let me be the girl you always knew you'd give your love to in every kind of way. 'Cause I would wait all day to hear you say, Sechemoko kimadwaro en inkende. Tosado to kimadwaro en inkende. Sechemoko kimadwaro en inkende. Tosado to kimadwaro en inkende. Jahera. Hold me slowly, gently wrap me in the warmth of your gaze. Just let me travel in the taste of blissful memories I miss when your kiss is all I know. 'Cause I would wait all day just to hear you say, Tosado to kimadwaro en inkende. Tosado to en inkende. infectious smile seems to leave me in a trance. Do you see where you lead me? You don't know how you sent me spinning around waist deep, head down, eyes closed. I'm dreaming of a better place, and in your arms is where I'd like to stay.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Oh, bongo, oh, bongo, oh, genge, Juma, nature, twende kazi.
Ni mwenza, anayeweza kucheza, mwenye kuruka na kupiga, tokea mbali anasikika. Mtafuta nani mwenza, anayeweza kucheza, mwenye kuruka na kupiga, tokea mbali anasikika.
Veve tonjaje kilika na mhogo, genge tasaundaje kishashikana na bongo. Jumanecha kishikana na nunilio mkorogo, inachanganya akili zenyu kwa kichwa zilalipuka na kisogo. Jamaica music anaitaraga rhythm, Jumanecha na mimi twaitahaga rhythm. Kwa club
Nani mwenza,
bora titimamo siwe mwenda, kumaanisha neza mpandisha ka big panisha juu ya kitanda. Mcheze kama gita na ni lazima nimeze Viagra. Kajua kali mkono zangu zaniwasha sana, nashindwa nashika manzo inchi gani hapa sasa. Nairobi au Dar es Salaam wote tu hapa pasa. Lolo bintu wa bongo ambeba mavishungi, lazima ndazama ndani nishamaliza mitungi. Juma alisema
unaniuma sana,
chungi ndogo
ni tamu sana. Mtafuta nani mwenza, anayeweza kucheza, mwenye kuruka na kupiga, tokea mbali anasikika. Mtafuta nani mwenza, anayeweza kucheza, mwenye kuruka na kupiga, tokea mbali anasikika.
Ukinywa kero lolote watu watatakuwekea maganda, wakati umewacha vile wakati stage unapanda. Mimi sanecha no nini, pembeni tuna glasi za waini. Tatafuta mwenza ukiweza, njoo nae kati, kibongo bongo kirema watakuchukulia. Usishangae watu watakuibia bia. La Hispania MC huku Kenya nikaa 3 months hivi, isipokuwa jua kali bongo Jumanecha na mimi. Iwe Kenya ubongo mademu chora saba, nikutana moja niambia that's my favorite number, akinama joy na nibamba.
Nasima chizi tuko play, shastuka, tukisikiza hii beat tunauka. Umuziki mtamu mtamu kweli kweli. Na nini we na nini, mimi naomba ibati bora isisha. Mala kunapozidi kudensi tu kunazidi pambazuka. DJ Johnny anapombe kashapandisha mizuka. Tutafuta nani mwenza, anayeweza kucheza, mwenye kuruka na kupiga, tokea mbali anasikika. Tutafuta nani mwenza, anayeweza kucheza, mwenye kuruka na kupiga, tokea mbali anasikika. Jo kati nana nini, watu wanapale. Jo kati kuna nini, watu wana dance dance. Jo kati nana nini, watu wanapale. Jo kati kuna nini, watu wana dance dance dance.
Genge yashikana na bongo, genge yashikana na bongo, genge yashikana na bongo, genge yashikana na bongo. Another homeboy production, ha, what chico.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
I've been all over this world. I seen men die in ways I ain't even know was possible. Love you, brother. Be careful. I will. With all the things that I've seen, I ain't ever seen no demons, no ghosts, no magic. Till now. To get back inside. Let me in, man. Some weird shit going on out here. You keep dancing with the devil. One day he's gonna follow you home.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Woo, ladies and gentlemen, are you scared? As scared as the rest of us are? Are you excited? What are you feeling, Maze? What are you feeling? Ryan Coogler is back with his probably most consistent partner in crime, Maze. Michael B. Jordan, Maze. Ametuchocha hapo sana, wanaleta movie flani inaitwa Sinners. Umeikemba, umeisikia, uko excited kuicheki. Well, Sinners is supposed to hit the US market, which sort of translate to us as well, at some point in April, mid-April. So we are about 5 weeks from watching Sinners. Walianza kuichocha last year hivi kidogo kidogo, tukaingia mwaka mpya, anasema, you know what, in a muok day, Kojiani, just give it a minute. Sinners is an upcoming American period supernatural horror film written, produced, and directed by Ryan Coogler. Ryan Coogler has set this particular one in the 1930s. Ukisikia hiyo story ya period piece, unajua may set somewhere in history. So this particular one is set in the 1930s, in the Jim Crow era, Southern United States. The film stars Michael B. Jordan in a dual role. Hiyo inamaanisha nini? Inamaanisha he'll be playing two different people. He's playing, in this case, twin brothers who return to their hometown but are faced with a greater evil. The film also features Haley Stenfield, Miles Caton, Jack O'Connell, Wumni Mosaka, James Lawson, Omar Benson Miller, Lin Jundi, and Delroy Lindo. Maze napenda sana huyo particular actor, Delroy Lindo. This is an English American actor. I didn't even know he was Brit. Umemcheki kwa vitu kadhaa. Ni ule msee huko ana bald head, maze, a beautiful, beautiful man. The last time tumemcheki on our TV shows is this particular project he's doing with Kerry Washington. But yes, check out the next Ryan Coogler film, maze. I can't wait to go check it out and tell you how I feel, maze. I'm not the biggest fan of horror, yet horror is one of the best filmmaking genres, maze, from Alfred Hitchcock and every other filmmaker ambaye alianzisha. Wengi wao walikuwa wanaanza na horror because they knew how to play with the senses of the human. Ukiwa pale tu, Alfred Hitchcock especially alikuwa asemekana vile he used to hide behind like the audience, watch tu, anagoja ma reactions tu, cause anajua vile cut up his film, anajua vile amecheza na mziki. Maze, so I can't wait to see this particular one. Jordan Peele usema the biggest difference between a comedy and a horror film is the music. So I can't wait for these guys to release the soundtrack of this particular film. And I love that we live in an age where production ikitoka inatoka na soundtrack yake mzima. I remember the last particular one Ryan Coogler alidu ilikuwa Creed 3, na soundtrack ya Creed 3 ilifanywa na my favorite rapper J. Cole and Dreamville. Walifanya kazi ingine fiti sana. In fact, I particularly liked kati ya what's his name, Uchali ya nani, Big Sean. Nilipenda sana mziki ya Big Sean for that particular one, but my favorite had to be the Watcher, which is originally a Dr. Dre cut, but J. Cole jumped on it. So big up. I'm curious. Tumekuwa na conversation na Mido, na tunasema tutakuwa naye next week, and one of the questions I'll probably ask him is hiyo tu idea ya creating music with film in mind, and I can't wait for us out here as Kenyans as well to do that. The last time I heard of anyone talking about a soundtrack connected to a film ilikuwa Mugambi Nthiga, na walikuwa naongea juu ya one of his films. Nashuku probably si ile Alicarion ya Supermodo, but if it is, then itakuwa pale Spotify soundtrack ya that particular film, and if it is not, then definitely ni ya Lusala, one of those two. But yeah, shout out to everyone who's creating music and doing full projects with a particular film in mind. So yes, all I'm saying is I can't wait to listen to the soundtrack of this particular film done by the one and only Ryan Coogler. Movie zake zingine mezicheki ni the Creed trilogy so far, but Creed 3 I think ni Michael B alidirect mwenyewe. Now of course all the scandal around the partner in that particular one, but wacha to focus on the positive energy. Nimeona yes, ndoa imefungwa, imetangazwa kati ya Megan Good and the particular star. But anyway, today is Ryan Coogler's day, na nasema check out his other films. Wakanda Forever. Nakumbuka the first time I saw their project wakiwa pamoja na Michael B. Jordan, it moved to the heart, and I think he's doing an incredible job. Not too long ago, about a year ago, in fact, wali release footage, walikuwa naonesha vile alienda to the counter. He asked for, let's say, like $1 million. Ako, yeah, give me over the counter. Kidogo ametoka tu na do. Na uni celebrity, global celebrity. Mapolisi wamemtokea tu. Wiu. Kila mtu mazee wako, hiyo do umetoa wapi? Kidogo mazee, after wameanza kumshika hapo ndio na realize yo. They assumed a black man would never have such money. Well, guess what? Thankfully, we are not in Trump's country right now. But are we any better? Tuko inchi ya Kazongo. So I'm waiting for filmmakers and theater makers and music makers to create projects that talk about our experience out here. But ladies and gentlemen, wacha nisingie sana huko, najua tukianza saa zingine kufunga inakuwa ngumu kidogo. So let's focus on the excitement around Sinners, SINNERS, starring Michael B. Jordan. Unaiwatch? Well, wacha 14th April ifike, then week after hiyo tugoje tu kiasi. Week after hiyo nitakama hapa niseme no spoilers, but you gotta go watch that movie or not. Chances are sitasema or not, and I can't wait for you to indulge with me. Well, guess what? In the next link, I'll be talking about an upcoming TV show, if it is not out here already, which is local. Kwa hivyo watu wa Showmax and Netflixes and all these others, are you watching local content as well? Hata kama una watch YouTube pekee, well, talk to me. We are live everywhere. #CenterStageKE, #Kigondu is on. Talk to me maze, niko under the weather kiasi, but iko nini maze, tuko center stage, so lazima tujibambe tukisonga nayo. For now, si tujibambe na mziki, because mziki ina save dunia, ama vipi? Au amini? Well, watch this space. Let's go.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Hey, dedicated this particular one maze. Hey, tu watu wana break my heart huko bana. I'll guess what, tukigostiwa maze niliwahi fanyiwa hiki kitambo. Well, enjoy hii song. Kagwe Mungai man. Enjoy, let's go. He's an actor as well, by the way. Jibambe. Hey, Ju. Let's go.
Malkia, kuwa this fine inakuwa unfair, and you already know. Yeah, you already know. Malkia, nimekutuma text mingi kama 100, hivi ndio umenishow. Yani umenighost. Mimi yule musexy, mimi yule mudedli, upenda kwa na pedi wa mama. direct energy. Cookie ghostiwa, ghostika. Tough time never last, only tough people. Eh, na cookie blokiwa, blokika. You're a 10 out of 10 time, you're going to fika. Ghostika. I don't know, no, you're wasting time. I know you're wasting time. I don't know, no, you're wasting time. Ghostika. Bro, shika story. Kumbuka yule dem nilimnogi. Ey, sio njogi. Yule tulipata na gatoi. Uyo shori. So jana nilipata na mbogi. Tukalink na mayengs, mimi nikaingia dance, nikempata na Pascal Tokodi. Oh ngoja mengine, tulia kwanza nikuambie. Masaa nilikatch time, alitoa clutch ati anashika simu za utile. Huyu dem atanirarua, kila siku nasikia ruma. Hata hajui jina yangu Buda, anashinda akiniita Nick Mutuma. Ukighostiwa, ghostika. Tough time never last, only tough people. Eh, na ukiblokiwa, blokika. You're a 10 out of 10 time, yako inafika. Ukighostiwa, ghostika. Tough time never last, only tough people. Eh, na ukiblokiwa, blokika. You're a 10 out of 10 time, yako inafika. Ghostika.
Power Radio. Tune in. Power up.
From the Ghani and the wicked. 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 Sawa. Nini weekend na kwa meza nina chupa. Sijategwa but leo mina dunda. Jukuna beti imeiva kama tunda. Na kuna wenge mpesa imetumwa. Mtu wangu ukiweza basi pull up. Usitensta kujenga ka ukuta. Kuna kanza Guinness boss zinakuja. Na mayengs kama tenda ni ya Uber.
Heels on, makeup straight, wig laid. From the Ghani and the wicked. Heels on, makeup straight, wig laid. From the Ghani and the wicked.
From the Ghani and the wicked. From the Ghani and the wicked. From the Ghani and the wicked. From the Ghani and the wicked. From the Ghani and the wicked. From the Ghani and the wicked. From the Ghani and the wicked. From the Ghani and the wicked. Stima nikatikie nikasijalipa stima, niko maji na bado naongeza stima. Hakuna worries brother, punguza stima. Leo fomi tatubamba kwa lazima. Basha ina mkono but imeshika. Tuko on hata wakizima stima. Na next weekend ikikam tunarudia.
Heels on, makeup straight, wig laid. From the Ghani and the wicked. Heels on, makeup straight, wig laid. From the Ghani and the wicked.
From the Ghani and the wicked. From the Ghani and the wicked. From the Ghani and the wicked. From the Ghani and the wicked. From the Ghani and the wicked. From the Ghani and the wicked. From the Ghani and the wicked. From the Ghani and the wicked. From the Ghani and the wicked. From the Ghani and the wicked. From the Ghani and the wicked. From the Gani 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 and the wicked.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Mbona Kanjo umetutumia demand letter? Wana threaten kuchukua hii nyumba.
Nishinda nikitafuta job the whole day na sichapata.
Gentlemen, welcome to the chocolate factory.
I want in.
Mom, nilipata job leo.
Umekuwa mwanamke wa koinange sasa?
He was murdered, and I know who killed him.
Are you ready for a night we'll never forget?
I don't give a flying Frankie. Call it off.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
And ladies and gentlemen, look at that bana. Hey, we've just gotten a queen in the building bana. So concentration yangu yote imeenda kwake. Well, guess what? Our first guest is in the building, but even before we get to that, let's talk about what we've just watched. Umewatch trailer, and this is the second trailer of the day. The first one tumeenda pale America kidogo, tukaona what Ryan Coogler is doing. Well, this particular one is a local one called the Chocolate Empire. This is set against the backdrop of Nairobi's elite circles. The Chocolate Empire follows JB Mauzo, played by the multi-talented Jimmy Gathu. You know him from Kina, a once powerful businessman freshly released from prison. That is interesting. Una imagine Jimmy Gathu ameenda prison. Oh, look at that. Anyway, as JB works to rebuild his life and mend his fractured family, he secretly operates a high-end escort service. That is interesting. A high-end escort service from his exclusive cigar club. The clandestine empire and personal life collide when he meets Lilian, who's played by Anne Mooley from A Familiar Christmas, a young woman from a struggling family who takes a job at JB's club to help her mother make ends meet, unaware of the illegal operations taking place. The show boasts of a stellar ensemble that includes Sanaipe Tande, our good friend. Maze, shout out Sanaipe Tande. You know her as a musician. You know her from Kina as well. The Kalasha Award winner, the phenomenal, the gorgeous, very gorgeous Mumbi Maina Maze. I had to say that. Shout out Mumbi. Unamjua pia toka ile filamu Maze. Maybe we'll focus on it someday, hopefully soon, and just talk about it. Kalasha nominee Jackie Kafoy. Shout out Jackie Kafoy from Single Kiasi. SK Gitonga from Come You Stay. Kyle Njihia. Shout out Kyle. Did you know Kyle actually sings as well? He's from Salem, Country Queen. Linda Tiagi, that's a new one for me. Michael Sanori, that he's from Q. Angie Magoi from Selena. Kennedy Musumba, Moniki Mageria. This is an OG in the game. You know him from the Real Housewives of Nairobi, but you also know him as an MC and with his signature hair. Alex Kamau, that's a good friend of mine. Ulimcheki kwa Faithless, Volume, and numerous short films from back in the day. Amelie Chopita from You Again, Mechekio Filamu, and finally Derek Babanga from Big Girl Small World. Shout out to everyone who actually worked on that particular one. Tukiendelea wanasema pia supporting cast of Ivy Wanjiko. Hey Ivy. From Sanura, Makena Kahuha. Hi Makena from Subterranea. Unakumbuka Subterranea? Tunafaa kwanza kuuliza ama new watch hizi sci-fi zinakuwa release. Lazima nimulike sci-fi because Subterranea was part of the writers. Well, your boy was in it, and I'm curious how you all received it. I'm super excited for this particular name. Naenda kusoma rapper Ecstatic in her Showmax debut, then Palma Lumbasi from Borderline, na many others. Are you excited for this particular one? Inaitwa Chocolate Factory. Umesikia hiyo cast nyingine noma sana. These are guys out here doing their thing. Napenda sana when we actually speak our own languages, and what I mean is the urban touch of Sheng, the urban touch of a certain type of English we speak out here, etc, etc. Napenda hiyo casting, very interesting, especially with Jimmy Gathu in such a role that could have so many layers. I can't wait to see him in this way, and it's beautiful watching him turn into a silver fox. Mazee ameingia hiyo age fulani, hata nywele yake imeanza kutan kidogo. Yet tunakumbuka tukimchekika watoi, at least for me pale Club Kiboko in the late 90s, tukisema one day bana, hiyo ndio two time KTN liko imetokea. So it's beautiful to see his career going all this way, especially after his personal stories, akituambia vile amekapitia out here na kuna time alikuwa down kabisa. So it's beautiful to see a man rise. The topic itself, the theme of the show is quite interesting, scandalous even. So I'm curious about the reception out there. So when you check it out, if you do check it out, and I hope you actually do, let me know what you think about it and every other show out there that is done by Kenyans. Chungulia pale nini maze, Subterranea. Tell me what you thought about it. Another one, let's think of another show that I wrote that is on that particular platform. County 49. Check out County 49 as well. Niambie. Unapenda what we're doing out here as Kenyan writers, ama you need improvement maze? Watu wa kuchoma sana ndio hao chingi. So I'm hoping that you are. Criticism is good, critiquing is even better. So tuendelee, that's the only way. Inamaanisha we are indulging. Nimetupio macho na producer, but lazima tuamulike kidogo. Sisemi yeye ni critique, yeye ni fan wa hiyo stuff tunawatch. Ni vile watch za YouTube tu sana. Niko si inue Showmax yako bana, Flozz unachoma, DJ mzima bana. Ladies and gentlemen, center stage is the show. Like I told you, we have a queen in the building. Tomorrow is a special day around the world, particularly around poetry. Well, guess what? It's our Women's Month, but it's also our Poetry Month. So we'll combine the two and celebrate a queen in poetry. Are you spontaneous enough to go with the flow? Well, I'm curious. Talk to us. Pale YouTube, thank you so much for engaging. I'll come to you on Twitter as well and on IG, tutaongea. So talk to me and I'll talk back to you if you're celebrating the guest. I can't wait for you to tell her sweet things and celebrate what she's doing out here. Up till the next link, si tujibambe na mziki, because you know where we are, center stage. Na lazima we give you good taste when it comes to music. Let's go, Power Radio on all platforms. Indulge, baby. Hashtag center stage. Hashtag Kigondu is on. Let's go.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Ibula patata kwa nutula ganana. Fugulu ya jota putala.
Take it easy. You don't go hard enough, you don't get nothing. They won't believe what side we hit them from. Flow so sick, make you bump in your seat. Everybody back up on the one time and repeat. To get a man repeat, you have to show a man receipt. See how they run, how they hit or retreat. No surrender, me no defeat. Champions and we here, let them know. Now is the time, so yeah, we go. So one time for me, two time for you, three time for the people that rock with. One time for me, two time for you, three time for the people that rock
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Bongo la biashara au sio? Black market ama vile tumtane ita mra. Neza kupitia leo nikuonyesha ile kitu temgani ni poa majioni ama usiku. Ni laptop noma ki14 inch hivi mawaya ziko na screen yake ni fiti. Sile CD change ulisema aje nitemtoa sound iweke kwa gari kwenye ufa na macrom technology noma iongezee iPod tit madrisha basi wacha meze shavuta kio juu kuna moto nataka kuonyesha au kuna shughuli baadaye basi kuna mtu hapa lazima nimfungie kambi nasikia uko na simu noma magava kitokea utaniona chali yangu nenda Garissa utasikia madolari midu badilisha bei ya kutupa Q70 baadaye nikute ngazini juu ya mete Mogoka chali yangu imefunga biz tonani kesho ni ya leo tunaziuza 50 ni ya leo tumezifungua tu saizi ni ya leo wejichukulie yako ni ya leo kwenye viatu na mng'aro
niaje madhe siku aftari ulikuwa na shida sufuria niko nazo lakini wewe nitakuzia tu 100 natumia tu stillware kutoa hizi alama
lakini zalama zinakaza kinaamina
si unajua vitu zingine madhe ufanana nitakupitia jioni zoni zoni si unajua ile pala ninipatia burungo fulani ati nikuwe broker nitampiga bafa ameswa broker ugeuka mwisho akakuwa the owner ngoja ataona wendi aje niko na rangi ya nyumba we tafuta soko na mali tunaweza uza ama tutumie cafe painting tupake watoi bora tu tupate senti unako umesota unakali duni sunibebeshe hizi mbao tukauze kaa kuni au kuna sidi ndani ya nyumba zimeharibika tunaweza wadanganya ni sidi za mtambaruka ama twende ghetto tufungwe kibanda tuuzie kahawa nitakuonyesha itawabamba si mdalasini si karafuu tutawachanganisha zote wasikie nafuu kisha ikiwabamba sunazwa nini nafuata kuwasanya nzumu na mambota washindoni mogoke imeshikama ni kuota wakishika ujanja kawa tunaanza kwa ile hali ya kuosha rimi napotea segmile napotea tenze napotea makarao wakikuja gari na bembea
ni ya leo tunaziuza 50 ni ya leo tumezifungua tu saizi ni ya leo wejichukulie yako ni ya leo kwenye viatu na mng'aro ni ya leo tunaziuza 50 ni ya leo tumezifungua tu saizi ni ya leo wejichukulie yako ni ya leo kwenye viatu na mng'aro
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, well, guess what? The queen is in the building. Yeah, maze Spontaneous ako ndani ya nyumba and we're super excited to be with her today.
Yes, I.
Do we have to complete the full name?
Yes, you have to.
Spontaneous, the poet.
Thank you.
Yeah, vile
Identity
inafaa.
muhimu.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. And I like that you and I haven't met, and it's not because
I know.
It's not because like I'm not a fan. Out here, Spontaneous jina tumeisikia maze. So I like the fact that we haven't met because I'm
Okay.
now not pretending to get to
You
know
know?
you. I'm genuinely getting to know you.
It's all right.
We have a couple of mutual friends.
We do.
Top of mind, Flozz. Unajua?
DJ Flozzy pale nini.
Sindio. We also have Amanda is a common friend.
Nachesa, yeah. When
Yes.
she reached out, I was like, Kigondu, that's new.
Yeah. uko-
Power Radio. See,
you know?
Flozzy. Okay, so.
We also have Wayesu. Wayesu is
YS is my mentor.
Oh man,
I
lovely
looked
man,
at
right?
you, by the way, I looked at you.
What do you mean?
And I felt YS's energy. That was so weird. When I was coming in,
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. Why does he feel like I know?
You thought of Wayesu?
Yes.
What are the odds? Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know
Wow.
Wayesu, he's a phenomenal sound man. He's a genius. He's been at it for the longest time.
Yo.
So shout out Wayesu because I'm sure utachungulia uachi.
YS does like so many things. I've even stopped because he's not just sound man.
Yeah.
Like he's a mentor.
Yeah.
He's a teacher. Oh my word. This man has moved mountains in so many ways.
I love that. Let's start there. Even before we
Yeah.
get to know the making of Spontaneous, the poet, let's talk about the role of mentorship in your life. Would you, now that we're shouting out Wayesu, are there other people that come to mind when it comes to the creating of you?
I am so glad you asked that question. Nobody has ever asked me that question. It feels nice to respond to it. I've been mentored. My growth has been as a result of people who believed in me and who mentored me. Just to mention from way back, I had Mrs. Otieno, who mwalimu alinichapa. Mwalimu alinichapa mara kaa 3. Akiniambia I have to be a poet. 1998 was the year. And I remember the 3rd time I was like, Yani, the only thing you want me to do is recite a poem. I'll go and show you that I don't deserve beating. So I eventually did poetry. And I'm so glad because she's the one who now molded me off of me thinking poetry is for other people into it actually being mine and it choosing me. That's on my younger years. And then in my older...
Mrs. Otieno.
Wherever
out.
she is, shout out to Mrs. Otieno. And then there was, of course, my auntie who came through. And then when I got to high school, I don't remember this teacher, but I have a thing with teachers, man.
Okay.
She's also the one who pushed me into writing my first poem. Why am I forgetting your name? I'm sorry.
Oh, good. All good. Yeah.
But yeah, she's the reason why I wrote my first piece. And then coming on to campus, I was held by the one ordinary mind who believed that I was not only a musician, but I could also be a spoken word artist. That's the first time I heard about spoken word. And through Oyatsi, who now groomed me into acknowledging the performance was my strength, and I was just learning how to write. He did that. And then, I've had a couple. My God, I cleared campus. I had Mr. Karumba, who always, now Mr. Karumba was coming in terms of professionalism, in terms of like just pursuing your passion. And Mr. Mwangi, oh wow. And then after them comes Wayesu. That's in 2015 when I had gone to creative entrepreneurship at the Gordon Art Center, and he was one of the facilitators. Me, I used to call Wayesu for everything. When I wanted to do my show in 2018, he's the one who literally guided me on how to start. And I remember the first thing was, do you have an email by Poet Spontaneous? I didn't even know that should exist. Like the very basic things. And then over the years, he's like been just... he mentors I and Shiki. Shiki is also a DJ and a poet. And he's just been teaching us how to better build ourselves as creative entrepreneurs. And he's always pushing for you to beyond what you're thinking as a vision. Like, just look beyond and trust that it's possible. I remember as recent as when I was being called for Forbes Women, I called.
Hey, just dropping that in there. Forbes Women, tuko tukisonga. Okay, proceed.
Thank you. So when I was being called for Forbes Women, I was there, I was panicky, and I was telling Wayesu, because at that time we were thinking about getting airfare and whatnot. And Wayesu is like, what do you mean? You are going. And you know what? Go and look for so and so and so and so, send an email here and there and see how that would work. He's been very instrumental in pushing me into becoming the creative that I am today. And also, hey, how am I forgetting my own boss? Miss Martha Okumu, who's now the executive director for Peace Tree Network. I've worked with Peace Tree Network for the past 7 years. The most beautiful thing about having Martha as a director is you get to experience yourself as a creative, even in the space where you're working. So she's been able to teach me the grounds of running an organization, because I am a co-founder of Anika Initiative. And I'm also the founder of Female Poets Kenya. So the grounding of Peace Tree Network has been able to fashion me enough to be a better leader. And bring in transformative change. So yes.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we are starting in the deep end. You know, they say when you stand tall, you're standing on the shoulders of the ones before you. And so I love that we started this episode by acknowledging the ones whose shoulders you've stood on to be where you are. And where you are, you're standing out. You're standing out.
Thank
your
you.
work speaks for itself, you know, as a consumer of your work. But also, your brand, clearly, you've worked on it. And shout out to the Wayesus of this world.
I know.
The Mrs. Otienos of this world, Maze. That is how we started. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about to be a phenomenal next couple of minutes. This and the next link and the next link. You're going to now unravel this spontaneous poet. And we'll get to know how she ended up with that name, but also how she also ended up working with all these different organizations and founding them. Mazen konanjan, meshindan kitisha Flozz ugali yangu bana, it's taking forever. But you know what? We're about to get into a really, really next couple of minutes together, Maze. And so talk to her. Pale IG mwongeleshe Spontaneous nakupataje on the socials.
Spontaneous the Poet on Instagram, on YouTube. Spontaneous Rendo Tofauti on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Twitter pia uko active.
Twitter niko very active.
You gotta be active, maze watu wa
Gotta be
Twitter.
active. I'm a social media strategist. So in a bit.
Okay. Mmechokozwa maze. So tafadhali maze, we're about to get into a dope conversation. And all this on the backdrop of having tomorrow as a special day for poetry around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, situjibambe, hashtag Center Stage KE, hashtag Kigondu is on, and in this case, Spontaneous, the poet, is on. Let's go.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Just how much you love me. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Just want you to show me just how much you love me. I know what I wanna do. You know what I wanna do. You know I've been coming through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for you. I can see you, just wanna be seen you. 'Cause baby, have you seen me? Baby, have you seen me? Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Just want you to show me just how much you love me. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah. you ain't gonna waste my time, yeah. Baby, I don't wanna fight, yeah. Did me wrong and then you lied, yeah. I tried, yeah. Now I don't wanna. Cause when I waited, you broke my heart when I waited. So I don't wanna wait. I don't wanna waste my time. I won't beg. I don't wanna draw the line. You insist. I don't wanna waste my time. I won't beg you when I don't wanna wait. I don't wanna leave my name in a page of your book on love. We failed every day. I don't wanna make excuses. This is dead. Yeah, it's dead. Yeah. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Just want you to show me just how much you love me. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Just want you to show me just how much you love me.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
You're the most, you know you got the fire, baby. Nakuwaza, ay, mimi naisha. Follow me on my DM. Tell me what you want. Emojis, what's the feeling? Baby, ooh, nakuanza. Wanimaliza, nobody ever know. Nobody ever got me and you. Give me dwaro, emawati mokai. Ongenga marango kai. Give me dwaro, emawati mokai. Ongenga marango kai.
When him super bila maswale mwana wanje nshako somona enda mbale kila siku na deliberate. Oh baby, can I touch you? Shani simamisha kama statue. Mami come closer, let me tell you. Can we chomoka twende kwangu? How you wind the waist got me feeling emotional. How you run this place where any soldier me general. Oh baby, can I touch you? Shani simamisha kama statue. Mami come closer, let me tell you. Can we chomoka twende kwangu? Inside, inside,
Sema uko wapi? Juu niko ndani. Sema watakaje? Mimi niko pale. Sema uko wapi? Niko ndani. Sema watakaje?
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, his story inanibamba deadly. So you see, Spontaneous and Flozz haven't seen each other in a long time, I am assuming. So wako story mbaya bana. So alafu tunaanza nini? No, I'm kidding, maze. It's good to see queens flourishing. Let's talk about that. You seem to come off as a I'm getting very good energy in terms of unajua openness to people, unajua,
It's
and
good.
friendly energy. It is good.
It's God. On a
It is
serious
good.
note, it's God.
Umesema God.
It's God. Like, it's the grace that God put it.
Okay. Now that we are on that tone, is this important to you? One, in the message of your poetry, in the style of your poetry, the themes of your poetry. Is the idea of God a thing for you?
It is. Because every process that I've made, I was talking to a friend of mine, Juzi. She's called Shiki. Nikamwambia, dada, wendo unajua mali tumetoka. And the one part in my life that nikijaribu kuguide haigaidiki is poetry. And I know this is the one thing that God has put that is his in my life. So it is a very important part of my being, even as a creative, to recognize that this gift is not mine, but it's given. When I write, I literally pray and I tell God, you know where this is supposed to go, then grant me the words. In instances I have not, realizing, you know, 90% of the time I have been on stage. You know how everybody has a different way of handling fear and whatnot, or panic and all that. Mine is through prayer. Like, I literally tell God, when I go on that stage, a piece, may it be delivered as per who's supposed to heal from it, who's supposed to hear from it. May you may I decrease as you increase, even as I'm being seen on the stage. Yeah.
Good. I like that. I like that prayer is important to you and is clearly part of the process. What about the content of your poetry? Are there themes that you're more drawn to? And I don't know, is religious philosophy part of it? Ama tunakimbiza gava? What are your favorite themes and places to go as a poet?
It's interesting that you asked that question, because for a very long time, I used to feel like it's a boxing question, because I know it forces you to be on a specific space. However, over the years, I have realized and learned the patterns, and my patterns show me that I talk so much more about gender equality. It comes so easy for me to because I'm very interested in seeing spaces where women have opportunities to advocate and speak. Maybe it's because I'm a woman, but also because I've had the privilege of being in events where we have more male artists, and then I was among the few female artists. So my challenge has not been space. My challenge has been, where are my kind? And so recognizing that complaining does not help, but what solution are you offering? So then I've been able to be on the curve of gender equality a lot and development. Mental health is also very important for me, because one, looking back, when I turned 30 a few years ago, I realized that my first ever writing was as a result of being bullied. And at that time, I didn't realize it was a suicidal note. But then growing older, I realized, oh, wow, I actually wrote a suicidal note. And mental health, that time I was in class 5 when that was happening, because in my younger years, I've been bullied a lot. So mental health has been part and parcel of the conversations that I have. And being Ninid with a chronic illness in 2019 also really, really rubber stamped the urge to now just really talk about what is depression, what is suicidal ideation, off of not just seeing people go through it, but also experiencing it. So mental health is my second thematic area. I am very passionate about matters human rights. Well, probably because, again, I was bullied when I was younger. So I am very I am ready to speak when it needs to be spoken. I didn't speak for 8 years. I cried under my pillow for 8 years. And so now having the opportunity and the strength to actually speak out is the reason why human rights for me is a very big deal. Because it's important for me to see other people thrive, and see perpetrators find a better way of being better people in the world, So off of doing human rights, I found myself advocating for conversations around governance, around democracy, anything that's geared towards policies that offer positive change in the society. Yes, those are the key areas that you'll find me in. And to topple up in terms of mental wellness, I also do art therapy sessions as well. So that's gender and development, that's human rights, that's mental health. Yes.
That's beautiful. I love how articulate you are.
Thank you.
Yeah, not only as a speaker, but how articulate you are in terms of where your mind is at.
Mm-hmm.
Those are beautiful spaces to be in.
Thank
but
you.
also spaces that require a lot of inner work.
Tell me about it.
Inner work, a lot of it, especially also looking at the inner child. So it's beautiful that this is where you are. And I'm excited for it, even for the healing that you're doing with your work. Now, particularly around the space for your kind, like you called it. Is this how you ended up starting the
female poets?
Yes.
This is very interesting. Interestingly, Female Poets Kenya was birthed when I was here.
At
Power. During a session we were doing with Sitawa and Amwalie. The fellowship. I know Flozz knows about it. And it was during that season. That was in 2023 or 2022? 2023. 2022, I got news. Someone called me to tell me that, to ask me about burial arrangements for a spoken word artist who had lost her life to suicide. I did not know her in person. And that call led to other calls and many more calls. That was in 2022. And I felt a deep, was it guilt? And a bit of disregard for the industry, because I asked myself, if people think I should be aware of such, how is it that I have been given the grace to be in such a position and not step up to know who my people are, And so every time they would ask, I grieved for this lady that I didn't know. And for a whole year, it bugged me so much. So when we got into the fellowship, I remember Sitawa asking, what do you want to do off of this fellowship? It was called Give the Woman Her Flowers. And I remember getting this conviction to build a community for female poets in Kenya. At first, I didn't think much about it. I was just like, I want female poets to know each other, so that nobody ever has to receive the calls I received and I always had to say, no, I don't know her, or no, I don't know what the plan is. But to be able to get a community that would be able to help you carry your burden, because no person is an island. So I ended up thinking of female poets. I didn't even know if it's going to be an initiative or a hub, or I just knew I wanted to create a WhatsApp group. I wanted to know who the female poets are in Kenya and see what we can do together. And I wasn't thinking of it as a project. I was thinking about it as a home, as a safe home for everybody to come in. As a result, we ended up having 100 female poets join the WhatsApp group, 95 of them being active. Then now I'm here, I'm now wondering, okay, now we have people. I know you wanted to have people. Now, what's the plan? Went back on my knees and told God, man, you know better. To help me develop a structure. What am I doing? And I remember being reminded, what do you have in your hands that you can give? And mentorship for me has been that one thing that I can offer, especially when it comes to matters branding and professionalism. So I started teaching people how to do their rate cards, their bios. We created a whole curriculum for 4 months. That was, by we, I mean Shiki behind the scenes helping me think this through. And then we ended up doing a 4-month engagement. That was in 2023, January all the way to April. And after that, I got swamped. And I felt like I was alone and there's a lot to do. I remember asking, during that season, I'd also been asking God for a team, just as spontaneous and as a team, now as Female Poets Kenya. And we went silent from May all the way to December. I am thankful that we took that break, because when it got to December, then I remember being told, you can do a monitoring and evaluation by Chris Mukasa, Chris Mukasa is the founder and Rick's poet of Fatuma's Voice. And that's how I got to know about power.
Okay.
So Chris was calling a lot and asking, I'm seeing you doing something. I don't know what the plan is. Do you have a vision for it? I was like, I don't have a plan. It's like, okay, now we're doing a monitoring and evaluation. Let's figure out if what you did in the 4 months in the beginning of the year made sense. And so we end up doing a monitoring and evaluation. And I'm amazed because people still remember what we taught them. And I asked, so what are the wins they've gained? Someone had a whole contract for a year from the group. Because I was wondering, kutoka May mpaka December, mbona watu wa left group? Kwani nini na happen kwa hii group? And then I find out, some people got jobs. Some people are even collaborating on shows. Some people are literally like wamepata opportunities ya mentor in other places. Because in these 4 months, we were doing peer mentorships as well. So as a result, when we did the M&E, I realized, I have a whole team of project officers, of resource mobilizers, of social media strategists. This in itself looks like a whole structure of an organization. Thankfully, for the past 10 years, that's what we've been learning with Anika and Peace Tree Network. It's like, okay. So then I applied for Sanara workshop. And the interesting thing is they teach us about, again, running a creative enterprise. In my head, it came as a creative enterprise. And Evo too, now I'm realizing, we have a female poets creative hub that now focuses on, the vision is building a community of resilient female poets in Kenya to thrive both mentally, financially, and sustenance-wise.
Yeah.
And then now how, the question is the how. So through capacity building, which is now on the creative entrepreneurship that I enjoy. And then there's now the mental wellness now where you can do the art therapy sessions as a methodology. And then now there's the sustenance bit where the team is like, the team compromises of event planners. So we're like, okay, for your event, we will be having a space for exhibition for other female poets to be able to sell their works. And we'll have more spaces and opportunities. We are currently in 8 counties with 8 individuals who are already doing an amazing work on their own. Yeah, so recently, this year is when now we said, okay, let's do physical shows. And we did our first physical show geared towards art therapy. I know, right? So we did the Love Letters edition, which ideally is meant for mental wellness and to also create spaces for showcase. And we're partnering with KO for the next 1 year to give us that space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's we did a residency, courtesy of our co-founder. How did I skip that bit? So in the time when I was praying to God for a team, Wangoi Kimani calls me and tells me, I believe in your vision. Can we run this as co-founders? And I was like, why not? You understand what I want to do. Let's do this. So now she's the co-founder and she's been able to bring in different partnerships like KO. And we even ended up doing our first residency as Female Poets Kenya through her project called Beneath Her Veil. Barely a week ago at Karichota Residency.
Interesting. Kwa Keith Pearson.
Yes.
In Nanyuki, this is.
Yes.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of those interviews. You just let it flow because the beauty in her voice and in what she's saying.
Thank you.
This is important work, and I'm glad she's doing it, Mazay, ladies and gentlemen. Her name is Spontaneous the Poet, but clearly, hapa kuna a lot of structure. Kuna a lot of structure and direction and follow through. It's not just spontaneous out here. Hey, well, in the next link, she'll tell us a bit about the plans and the next steps and even what she's planning to do for this World Poetry Day that is tomorrow. Are you watching? Talk to us. Are you a huge fan of her? Have you just discovered her? Well, in the next link, she'll tell you where to get her material because I am sure it is available. Clearly, this creative entrepreneur knows what she's doing, bana. So ladies and gentlemen, let's keep at it. Spontaneous.
Yes.
Give us again your Twitter, IG handles tuone ama tutakuongelesha.
Spontaneous Ray on Twitter, Spontaneous the Poet on all the other social media handles.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, situingie na mziki bana, because she's doing her thing though bana. We're out here celebrating Queens Center Stage KE. Next one tunafunga naye, but I wish it could go on maze. Next time tutambook for the whole 3 hours. Ama vipi? Flozz amekubali because watakuwa na hangout too.
Yes,
watakuwa girl.
Girl,
let's go.
you remember?
Power Radio. And power up. Trio mio. Mkuruweng na ingine juu ya system. Tuko ndani utadhani tuko deep state. Ma within kumaskani na ka mistress. Na tutoki tuko ndani ka. In the inside. Like tuko ndani ka. In the inside. Tuko ndani. In the inside. Like tuko ndani ka. In the inside. Utasikia fiti. Ndani kabisa. Ndani ka. Very nice. Ndani ka. Leo utaitana. Tunacheza ndani huku mechi imeivana. Ndani kama Ocean Gate vile kuna zamwa. Nenda tipsy diving bila flota nina njama. Ndani kama swallow. Mbegu ya avocado. Kismati ya subuhu nangukia ndani ya thermos. Ndani ka SIM card. Kanduki ya saka. Ndani kama shimo juu ya chick sasa kacha. Tunalala ndani. Minampoa flani rada safi. Msinga tutoki tuko ndani. Vibes and inshallah ni masticks na majani. Leo mteja patika. Tuko ndani ka. In the inside. Like tuko ndani ka. In the inside. Tuko ndani. In the inside. Like tuko ndani ka. In the inside.
Hatutoki nikabebe na umbigo, tuko ndani kama dodi za mkorino, nikapoa nikatamu kama Pringles, nikitoka na jam juu ya vino, nitamu kama wali wa mnazi, songa na matai moja kupoteza wakati, mechi ndo inaanza weka ball katikati, nyundo leo lazima ishikane na kabati, tunalala ndani, mina mboa flani rada safi, mzinga tutoki tuko ndani, vibes anishala ni masticks na majani, leo mteja patika,
tuko ndani ka. Like tuko ndani ka. Tuko ndani. Like tuko ndani ka. Mkuruweng na ingine juu ya system. Tuko ndani utadhani tuko deep state. Ma within kumaskani na ka mistress. Na tutoki tuko ndani ka. Tuko ndani ka. Like tuko ndani ka. Tuko ndani. Like tuko ndani ka. Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Ladies and gentlemen, it almost feels full circle was started at the start with us talking about mentorship. Hapana si wamuliki. Started by talking about mentorship, and in the previous one, we've just spoken about how she's now intentionally also going out there to create webs that mentor and grow each other. Mazay, ladies and gentlemen, in there, she mentioned Sitawa Namwalie, and I've just realized Sitawa has something coming up, so I might as well plug in right now. So check out Story Moja Publishers, who are launching the Shizu Historical Book Series. Na nasema itafanyika pale Shri Jalaram. Jalaram iko Lower Kabete, and it's happening this 28th of March, so we might as well just bring the queen herself right here. Na hata yetu anze so spontaneous. Akwe, oh yeah, you guys know her as well because she's phenomenal. Yes, that is the queen herself. We celebrate her, we see her, and to all the ones who built her to who she is today. Spontaneous.
Yes.
I don't want to ask the question, what next? Yeah, because my philosophy of life is living and loving immediately. So as much as we are.
Ngoja chia hapo ati living and loving.
Immediately.
My mantra is live life, love, love.
Oh yeah, look at that.
I know.
Hey,
I know.
Spontaneously connecting over here. you know, it's part of my belief system in there.
Ooh.
Just be where your feet are, you know? So this is me celebrating the now, but also realizing as a human being, we sort of have to think forward as well. Yeah, in building structure and all that. So let's start with the immediate, which is tomorrow. World Poetry Day. What's on your mind? Is there anything cooking?
Yes.
And besides that, with the teams and the different projects, are there things that we are looking forward to indulging, especially live performances, publications? You tell us.
Mungu ni mwema. Kila wakati.
Yeah, kila wakati.
So tomorrow, I'm thankful that USIU has called me in to be part of their World Poetry Day. So we'll be having competitions on the day from different institutions, and yours truly will be judging. But at the same time, thank you. And at the same time, I'll also be holding an art therapy session where guys get to, because the theme is poetry for peace and unity. So we're going to use an art therapy session to be able to come up with like 10 poems that then will be, interesting you said publications, will then be published by USIU as an anthology of a fusion of the art, the illustrations created and the poems that will be created off of the same. That's number one. So the second one.
Hey, I love that. We all know it's not just one. Keep going.
So the second one, is courtesy of none other than my co-founder, Wangoi Kimani, with Beneath Her Veil. Remember I talked about the residency? So guess what? There's going to be a documentary being done and it's going to be released tomorrow.
Hey.
Yeah. Na imefanywa na none other than Saumu Kombo.
Saumu Kombo, way! That's a good friend of mine. That's a very good friend of mine. Yeah. We've even had her on the show.
You've
right?
had her?
Center stage, almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, she's our production lead at Female Poets Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool people. I see the people you're surrounding yourself with. But tell us more about the docu.
So the documentary is going to be highlighting everything that has happened during the residency. And there was actually a show that was culminating the residency. So I'm also looking forward to seeing what Saumu has cooked. I bet it's amazing. So I'm just looking forward to that. So that's what's happening in the next 1 day.
Yeah, in the next 24, 36, 48 hours, Maze.
Yeah. We have forward looking. We're planning on something called Glitz and Glams. Yes, I will not share much, but it's supposed to be happening in November.
Okay.
It's coming. Celebrating women. Yes. This year, I'm going to be turning 10 years. I'll be turning 10 years.
As a professional poet.
As a professional spoken word artist.
Good.
I'll be celebrating it on 29th of November. Why? Because 29th of November is International Female Human Rights Defenders Day. And what a beautiful way to celebrate the female creatives who've been championing for social change over the years through the 10 years. And then lastly, we'll be launching Female Poets Kenya on the same day as well, officially.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. It's interesting that she said lastly, and we know it's not lastly, maze. Yeah, ni for now. This is what we have in your page to expose.
For now, hii ndio page ndio.
Sindio? Yeah.
Lakini unajua wanasemanga I can't go without saying this because you mentioned it as well, that we live also in the now, and for me I live by God's guidance. So chenye Mungu amesema ndo chenye tunafanya. Yes, I have all these plans, but man, as in his plans are greater, so whatever he has in store.
Yeah.
And to just affirm that is even the opportunity that I had at Forbes. We didn't see that coming this year. I didn't see that coming this year. So if his ways are greater like that, me ni nani ni stick to my own plans. Me, I'm waiting for him to like shock me, because the mantra of this year is seeing God in all his glory.
Hey.
And abiding by him as that happens. So that's it.
Amen and amen. Ladies and gentlemen, what a year. What a year. What a year this one is going to be. Unaanzia Forbes bana. What are we talking about?
Niko like Mungu sasa nionyeshe
nyue. Kila mtu mwingine anaingia analia kasongo, but we levels. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm such a fan of this queen right here.
Thank you.
I celebrate you, Spontaneous.
Thank you so much.
The poet. I celebrate you. In a special way, wishing all that you do just greatness to follow your path.
Amen.
Yeah.
And to yours too.
Asante.
To yours too. May this blessing just follow everybody who's on this table and everyone who's listening.
Asante.
Because God ni mnoma hivyo.
Yeah, maze. Bless you hata nyinyi listeners.
Yeah.
Me maze, sasa nasikia fiti hata nilikuwa na njaa, but I'm good now. No, I'm kidding. Maze ninaumia bana. Ladies and gentlemen, I celebrate this queen. Go check her out on the socials. Najua hatujaongea juu ya Forbes. Hatujaongea pali jina ilianzia. Well, I do respect the segments that we have, because as a podcaster najua naweza enda for 2 hours. All these curiosities niko nazo tunaweza chambua. But that's why we have social media to engage. This queens ask her, huku maze, hizi mnafanya, usianze katiana hapa maze. Professionals, maze. Mwambie kana kuinspire, aendelee ku keep that light burning. And just like we began, I'd like to say a huge thank you to Mrs. Otieno.
Yes.
Look at what you did.
Yes. Look at what you did.
Yeah, we are.
By the way, anafanya brand audit ya Spontaneous the Poet.
Okay.
So kiwa pale online, please be very honest. Kwa tu honest, uniambie hii brand tunaweza igrow zaidi aje. What can we improve? What do you love the most? Sometimes it feels nice, Kamsani, to just hear from you guys. Because I mean, I am because you are. Thank you.
Maze, serikali bana, watch this space. Wacha mfunzwe how these things are done professionally, maze. Asante sana, Spontaneous. I wish you well.
Asante sana.
Ladies and gentlemen, #CenterStageKE. The next queen is ready for the throne. Aketi atuambie kile anadu. Na mtafurahia. This is a stand-up comic. You've seen her work. You've seen her rhetoric on everything going on. She's witty. She's smart. She's phenomenal. #CenterStageKE. #Kigondu is on. Let's go.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
This is Hendrix
Decide, nimeamua ni wewe ninachagua. I'm feeling your vibe na unajua. Decide, decide, chukua. Nimekuletea maua. I'm feeling your vibe na unajua. So decide, baby, decide. Nimesare pombe, by the way. Nikasare kunyonga, by the way. Unadai kuchoma, by the way. Niko inside, baby, inside. Are you coming over, by the way? Tonight you know we finna go all the way. Nimetuma location, by the way. Niko inside, baby, inside. I know, you know I'm into you. Deep down, I know you feel me too. I guess it's time we rendezvous. Call me, ukifika this side. Nimeamua, ni wewe ninachagua. I'm feeling your vibe, na unajua. Decide, decide, chukua. Nimekuletea maua. I'm feeling your vibe, na unajua. So decide, baby, decide.
on a curfew, by the way. Hope you're coming on time, baby, don't be late. Gonna die from to marinate. Inside, Nico, inside. Na tutahama ghetto, by the way. One day you know we finna go all the way. Fine dining, private jet, we're flying. Inside, yeah. Badman setting, mavela mamovie, mapaja na mapenzi. Love it moto moto, yani 5-star loving. Me and you alone, pretty baby, won't you decide? Nimeamua, ni wewe ninachagua. I'm feeling your vibe, now unajua. Decide, baby, decide. Chukua, nuna kuletea maua. Feeling your vibe, now unajua. So decide, baby, decide. I'm feeling your vibe, now unajua. Decide, baby, decide. Chukua, nimekuletea maua. Feeling your vibe, now unajua. So decide, baby, decide.
Power Radio. Tune in. Power up.
Hawataweza kukupenda, hawataweza.
So fresh is on the beat.
Mbona do you have to be this way? Unajitoa from all the promises we made. You wanna blow up all the loving that we gave. Listening to he said and the she said. Uongo za mjini zimenoka. Niamini na kupenda ni wewe tu. Wakusema watasema, usiku watalala. Hawataweza kukupenda vile ninavyokupenda. Amini hata dunia itashindwa na cha kusema. Na wakisema ni mapema. Kupenda tunavyopendana. Tutaishi kama Romeo na Julia kwa sinema. Baby, achana na usiwasikize hao baby, achana na usiwasikize hao
The city's full of haters, full of players. Wakutupiga sana, oh they wanna break us. Usiwasikize hao, oh baby achana nao. Cause when we say ni forever, ni vow tunaweka. Mimi na wewe tu, let us go down in history. Niamini na kupenda ni wewe tu. Wakusema watasema, usiku watalala. Hawataweza kukupenda vile ninavyokupenda. Amini hata dunia itashindwa na cha kusema. Na wakisema ni mapema. Kupenda tunavyopendana. Tutaishi kama Romeo na Julia kwa sinema. Baby, achana na usiwasikize hao. Baby, achana na usiwasikize hao. Baby, achana na city boy wanna break your heart. City girl, they just
Power Radio. Tune in. Power up.
maswali bila jibu. City boy wanna break your heart. City girl, they just wanna have fun, love you then leave you. Wakuache na maswali bila jibu. Yeah. tuache na maswali bila jibu.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Naona vile wanicheki, siwezi mind lakini unasleki. Nacheki vile umemedi, hisia nazopata ukishika dredi. Hebu niambie, kama nilishakupea unipigie. Mara ngapi nitasema usikie, ukitaka niulize nirudie. Hey, juu mimi ninangoja tu. Lately you've been switching up my point of view. I wasn't even planning to be on this route. Now you got me thinking about my future too. But maybe we can waste some time. I don't even have to really make you mine. Unavyonipendeza without a try. Loving how you always make me touch the sky. Aki sioni, sioni. When you get lonely, lonely. Takufikia juu mi sioni. No, 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 no. Nikisonga mbele bila wewe. And when you're falling down, takufikia. Takufikia. I know it's been a long time. You saying you've been praying for a long time. You hoping he'll be staying for a long time. And every now and then you say it's been a long time coming now. Heaven is on call, I'm falling down. You put me on hold and I don't know how. All I know for sure is I need you now. Somehow, juu mimi ninangoja tu. Lately you've been switching up my wasn't even planning to be on this route. Now you got me thinking about my future too. But maybe we can waste some time. I don't even have to really make you mine. Unavyonipendeza without a try. I'm loving how you always make me touch the sky. Sioni. When you get lonely, call me. Takufikia juu mi sioni. Sioni. Nikisonga mbele bila wewe. And when you're falling down, takufikia, baby boy. Takufikia. Takufikia.
Power Radio. Tune in
Yes, sir.
power up.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back. So far, so good, Maze. That first session was super, super energetic. We started with poetry, and like I promised, this was a Queen's afternoon, Maze. The Queens are ruling. The Queens have been ruling. Now, just to confirm this, tunaenda all these different sides of the entertainment scene. Hapa Nairobi. A week ago, we had Doug Mutai in the building. Na tulikuwa tunaongea juu ya his upcoming show, which I went to. I had a good time. And I do remember the first time I watched Stand Up Collective, walikuwa pale Worldly Coffee, Langata, that is slightly after COVID. Na nilifurahia sana when I was there. I had a good time. Na kile make sure not to do is sit at the front because, hey, yeah. Just for those who haven't gone for a live show of comedy, Aki maze, sijui ama nachomea the guests and the comics maze, wale uka mbele. I learned my lesson. Nakumbuka I was in there for like the first 30 minutes. Hapo tu mbele naona inanikaribia nikasema And this is also the first time I watched the queen who I'm about to introduce. Ladies and gentlemen, a year ago we had Ruth Nyambura in the studio. And this time round nakumbuka tukiongea and speaking about the upcoming show that they have. Nkasema, you know what, let's talk about what you guys are doing because I do be liking what I'm seeing out here. Nafurahia sana. And Ruth was like, you know what? I'm sure you'll enjoy having a conversation with Justine Wanda. So ladies and gentlemen, we give you the one and the only, very hilarious, very witty, very, very witty. What witty, I'm sure mnajua, yeah? Justine Wanda. Makofi kwake tafadhali. Justine, good to meet you. No
feeling too well.
problem at all. No problem at all. Pole sana.
Thank you so much.
Pole sana. Let's start with my admiration for how active you are as a citizen. Nakumbuka the morning of a couple of days after maandamano, I saw you and a good friend of mine, Mercy, mukiwa katikati ya Nairobi. The audacity. I love it. And I'm here for it. And I love the audacity that you have with your commentary on everything going on politically. I love the wit and the audacity in your comedy as well. What is the earliest memory you have of a time when you spoke up and people were like, hey, hii audacity imetoka wapi? Were you always like this as a child?
I don't think I want to get into my childhood. That is complicated.
Okay.
But I was not very outspoken because of the environment I grew up in.
Okay.
But I knew injustice when I saw it. The first time I think ever spoke up, so my adoptive mom was having a little bit of a problem with the help. And so it's like she was sending her away. And I kind of stepped in. And I remember I was like swung to the side. It was like a little bit of drama, considering I was like 8 years old. But I was just like, this is wrong. Someone should not be sent out. Like at this time, even if they're wrong, they could still wait until the morning, and then they can leave. Yeah. So I think that's a very vivid memory of like when I was like, no, this is wrong. But it wasn't in a big environment. It was in like a very personal environment. And I understand like people can step out of bounds most of the time, regardless of how much, what is it called? Like a rapport you have with them.
Yeah.
But then if something is wrong, even if it's being done because of something else, it has to be done in the right way.
Yeah.
So that's the first time I spoke up.
Look at that.
I didn't win. I didn't win, but I said something.
Hey, and these beginnings clearly have sort of formed a personality, you know. It could be a protector. It could be genuinely all you. And I love that little girl is still here. I'm curious where the comedy came in. At what point do you go, you know, well, my way of looking at life is quite interesting to other people? Is there a memory, hopefully in your teenagehood, or maybe even in your, I don't know, later in life when you're like, okay, people actually think I'm hilarious?
I've always just been like a big deflector. Being an adopted child, like, you know, you're already like an other in the room. So the easiest way to get people's like attention was to be kind of a douche, but like not outright. You like find a very smart way to do it.
Yeah.
And I would make fun of because I grew up with only boys.
Okay.
I would make fun of my cousins. I would make fun of like people, but it wasn't intentional. It's only like, if you come for me, I'll come for you. Yeah. But like I'm generally like a very nice person. I'm very chill. I don't talk much unless I need to. But yeah. So I used to use humor to kind of deflect, especially if I'm wrong and I need to get out of a situation.
Yeah.
I will figure out a joke that will help me in that situation.
Is there a story that comes to mind with regard to this particular statement?
I think the one time, maybe in my... okay. I think let me go teenage years, because like I have kind of blocked out most of my childhood. I remember when we were in high school, I went to a boarding school in Eldoret. And I remember, so when we got to school, if you got any kind of snacks, they would take them away at the gate. And I was not about to give up my snacks.
Yeah.
That just sounds ridiculous. Like, I already paid money for this. Why should I hand it to you so that you can hand it to your child? This is stealing.
This is wrong.
Yes. So I remember this teacher was like, if you know you have anything illegal, that's what they used to call it. If you have anything illegal, kindly step aside. And I didn't. I literally just held my bag. And like when, you know, like the line is moving.
Yeah, you're getting closer and closer.
Yeah, you're getting closer. And like this teacher was like opening bags and like they were very mean. And so I asked a question. I was like, are we just gonna keep standing here? Like, are you gonna give us seats? And like everyone knew that like we're not getting seats. Like everyone started laughing, and that teacher, it kind of broke her a little bit. Like she didn't expect like a student to be unserious in that moment.
Yeah.
And like she was like, wow, you should be Enda. I know you don't have anything. Like she was kind of a hater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. Yeah, I see that statement now. Oh, Lord.
Yeah. So I kind of broke her. Like she laughed a little bit, but I
Yeah.
deflected from my own situation and I got to leave. And I was carrying extra snacks for a
Snacks.
friend of mine.
Yeah.
So
So you got away with it.
Yes, I did get away with it.
Hey.
So
It's a win for me. Still a win. Yes. Okay.
So in that moment, I used my humor for good.
Yeah.
For good.
Yeah.
But there's situations where I didn't use it appropriately.
Yeah.
I made fun of some of my classmates. I'm not sorry. I was a teenager. Like
You were being
I became
where you
better.
were. Yeah.
Yes. But at the same time, I really wish I had known or I had more information then, just so not to use it as a way to attack people. Yeah.
Look at that. I love the especially now in retrospect, you going, well, better choices would have been made. Not apologetic, but you know what? Here we are. What about the final step of finally saying, you know what, I could pursue this professionally? When does this happen? What's the story around that?
Okay, just before we get into like it professionally,
Yeah.
I have to clarify that most of the people I attacked were prefects. And those guys were snitches.
F the system.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you're a cop. You are being hired by a system that gives you special gideri. Like, please be so serious. So I was like a cop
God.
hater from a very long time. So
Yeah.
those are the people whose situations I used my humor wrongly for. That's why I'm not apologizing. If it's like a regular classmate and I did that to you, I am actually very sorry.
Hey.
But to your question, when did I start comedy?
Yeah, now professionally.
Professionally, that was I think in 2017.
Okay.
2017? Yes, 2017.
Okay.
But it wasn't like consistent. I had a very horrible job. I had a very horrible boss. I was having the most difficult time. I was working in interior design. And like interior design, when you tell people, it's like, oh, it's a fun job. But I was dying. Like my boss was one of those people, like you give everything and then she still insults you. She makes you feel really small. She was those kinds of people. And I don't like that energy. So it was taking so much from me as a person. And I needed a way to rechannel that energy somewhere. So a friend of mine was having an open mic and he was like, if you're a comedian, if you're a musician, if you're a poet, come through. So I'd kind of watch a couple of comedy clips online.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to write like a few jokes and then I'm going to perform them. I really just hope one of these jokes lands. That's all I wanted. And I got there and it's probably one of the worst things I've ever experienced in my life.
Yeah.
Because
it was a bomb show.
Yes, I bombed. I went on stage. So my friend is hosting. It's like the next comedian coming up. She's just started out on her journey. Give it up for Justine. And I go up and I do the first joke and I hear like a few chuckles and I'm like, okay, that was a soft landing considering it's my first time. That's okay. And then I do my second joke. I do my third joke and the lady starts heckling me.
Oh no.
And she was so drunk. And in my professional way, I was like, you don't give up. You
Keep
power
going.
through, you keep going. And then while I was bombing, like I was not doing so well. I was getting like 2 chuckles and people kept wondering, why is she, like I'm not a poet, I'm not a musician. What am I
is
doing?
this?
Yeah. So it was at number 7 in Nairobi. And the way number 7 is structured, the kitchen is just so close to the stage. So smoke from the kitchen started
no.
seeping onto the stage.
Oh no.
And I
It's
have
getting
health
worse.
issues. Yeah, I have health issues. My tracheal system started giving up. So I'm coughing. I'm trying to get through the joke. And my wife's idea, the lady is still heckling me. She hasn't stopped. So my wife's idea was to walk from the stage all the way to the door so that I could breathe fresh air and like try to get through the joke. It ended so poorly, and my friend was like, you should not heckle the performers. Like they came and took the microphone and it's like, thank you so much, Justine. And it's like they were trying to save me, but in that moment I was like, this is the worst thing that I've ever done. I am doing this for the rest of my life.
Oh.
Yes. Because like if I could pass through, I did not give up like at any point.
Yeah.
Everything was going so wrong, but I kept trying to find a way to keep on going. So I think it's kind of like a metaphor for comedy. Like life is so hard, but you don't stop.
Yeah, you keep powering through. You know, the quote unquote logical thing to do is say, I'm never doing this again. Yet in that moment, I was even waiting for, then a few weeks later, I thought about, no, it's in that moment you go, you know what, I'll do this now.
I was there the next week. I was there like, because it used to happen every Monday. I was there the next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are only just warming up. The story of Justine. Now it makes sense. Now I sort of see she's built different. I've always thought her comedy is different. Well, clearly she's a different breed and she's fantastic at what she does. I love what she has up here. Wit and a very, very, well, nilikuwa nataka kusema the resilience is insane. Alafu niko I'm pointing. Yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Justine Wanda is in the building. Kawe ni fan. Hala at her, maze. Justine, how can we reach you on the socials? Maybe we could already start telling you, you know what, I watched you here and there and I thought you're fantastic.
So my personal account is at Justine Wanda. For my political satire and social commentary, it's on Fake Walk with Justine. That's Fake Walk with Justine across all socials. On TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube too.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, follow. Hala at her already. Next link, tunaendelea na hiyo story as we tell you what they are cooking with another phenomenal queen. Actually, two. Shiko is part of it, right?
Yes, Shiko.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, Center Stage KE. Tuendelea na story. Justine Wanda is in the building. Hiyo ni makofi yako.
Power Radio. Tune in and power out.
I call it imani, wakifuata do nafuata umami. Kingdom ya Mungu, serikali nimeokoka, Yesu ndo jemedari.
Naangalia nyuma naona mkono wako, checking mbele mi naona only favor yako. Worry is a thing of the past, keep it in the past. I wanna go on to the next, I'm off with the past. I'm all about Jesus and I don't take it lightly. I'm not of this world, no, I'm no longer like it. I'm now a resource, I know the real source. Always on toast, chukua kingdom, nani by force.
Man, I got pressures up in my life, but your love is amazing. Man, I got a lot going on right now, but your love is amazing. Make we just elevate, we just smile on, make we elevate. Make we just elevate, we just smile on, make we elevate.
Tangu day one, uko na designer. Keep me fine, God unani minder. Baba on a good plan. Trust you to hold my hand.
Trying is the best, but it's better when you love him. I believe in Jesus, that's my faith, and I'm all in. Chained to the call, come up Paul, nearly changed from Saul. Changed my ways, and now I'm a new being of course. None like you, Baba. None could I ever reach you, Baba. Man on the top and you reign, Baba. Open the floodgates, make it fall down like a shower. Man, I got pressures up in my life, but your love is amazing. Man, I got a lot going on right now, but your love is amazing. Make we just elevate, we just smile on, make we elevate. Make we just elevate, we just smile on, make we elevate. Man, I got pressures up in my life, but your love is amazing. Man, I got a lot going on right now, but your love is amazing. Make we just elevate,
Power Radio.
I love Muhanji, Maze. I love Muhanji. Ladies and gentlemen, we keep elevating out here. And you know, today we are celebrating the queens in the game because it is that month and it should be every month, you know. Tumeanza na a queen in the first hour. In the second one as well, we are sitting down and talking to Justine. And tumeona how it all began, at least snippets of it. Now, I'm curious, Justine. We have a show that is coming up. Kugongwa ni constant. You know, saizi ndio niko, it's kugongwa. I've always thought it was kugongewa. Alafu niko, no. This is a very different perspective. So kugongwa ni constant. And we have Ruth, and you have yourself and Shiko. So soon enough in your story, you meet female comics. Soon enough, you meet the stand-up collective. So how do you, from that first moment, just najua, of course, hatuwezi peana story yote, but at what point do you go, you know what, there are others of my kind out here, and maybe we should group up and do something together?
So the journey to collaboration is built horizontally. It's built with friendship. It's built with a lot of trusting that the people you are around are just as passionate about becoming excellent and becoming really good at the craft. Because people always like, one of the things as female comedians, I really hate those two words together, but the thing that female comedians, whenever we are doing shows, people usually preface, like the host or like whoever else, it's like, don't you have any female comedians? Or like, the next guy coming up on stage is a female comedian. And I'm like, we're all comics, guys. We're all comics. But your gender is not supposed to hold you back. But because there's so many few of us, that visibility is important. It's important to reinforce that there's people like us who are very passionate about doing comedy, about writing, about elevating the craft. So when I started out, I think I was among the first people in the comedy scene. And when I started, I think 2 years doing comedy in a patchy landscape.
Okay.
Before like Stand-Up Collective came about, before I met Doug, I think it was just me. But then when Stand-Up Collective came together, I met Chico. And then I met Shaz. And then I met, I think I met a bunch of people who have soon either disappeared or like branched out. And then I met Mamito. And I think when I met Mamito, my brain nearly broke.
Okay, what do you mean?
She is one of the funniest people. I don't think people appreciate Mamito enough. Like her visibility is one of the things that kept me going. It's like, how does she keep doing this? And she's so hilarious. And I think that tethered all of us, all of the comics that I know, all the female comics that I know, to be like, okay, we have to just be as excellent. It can't just be Mamito up there. We have to join her. And I think that chasing of the craft is what kind of breeds the shows that you're going to see, like Kugongwa ni constant. And with stand-up comedy and like comedy in general, to elevate the craft, you have to experiment. So for us, we've been trying to figure out how to get our comedy to expand and to become just like outside of seeing our stand-up comedy. Like, what else can we offer in the comedy space? And this show is an experimental concept, and we are very, very, very enthused to share it with everyone.
Yeah.
Because Shiko is an amazing writer performer. Ruthie is like, I love Ruthie very much, but like, yeah, it's just like, how can we put our powers together and like elevate the craft even more, and maybe more people who are either watching the craft or people who want to join can see that and like, oh, there's a space for me. Maybe this is something I would like to curate or create, or like a space I'd like to join as a comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love a story of the becoming. Unajua, even to just seeing the three of you leading on the poster, because each of you, I do remember my personal interaction with your works. Like I said, Wali Coffee, and the first time nilisikiza Shiko nilikuwa you chill bana, you know. Nilikuwa okay, and I kept coming for more. Yeah. And Ruthie's wit is also something else too. You know, She's one of those people I'd consider an actual friend.
Yes.
Because I see the warmth, but when she gets on stage, you go, okay, wait, I'm not so sure you're that nice anymore. You know, I love and like how she juggles the two. So what I'd like to highlight for this particular juncture of a conversation is the chosen perspective. Yeah, particularly with the Kugongo ni constant title. But let's focus on, is it real? The podcast that you guys are teasing, is it real?
No, it's not. It's like, if I say the podcast is real,
Yeah.
we will have a bunch of people who are on the other side of that particular spectrum coming for us. The podcast is absolutely not real.
Okay.
I don't believe in bringing people down to pass my message unless they're politicians. I'm sorry, we'll go to war because that's your job. You're supposed to be working.
Yeah.
But when it comes to other artists, like when I watch podcasts online, especially toxic masculinity podcasts, I'm usually like, what is going on with you guys? What is happening over there? Because this can't be actual conversations. And you watch them and someone is saying something like, so I believe women should not go to work, but my woman should also be willing to split 50-50. And I'm like, where is she going to get the 50?
Like, you're listening to yourself.
Yes, like you can't have contradictions in your mind and then think this is advice that you're sending to people. Like you have to be able to introspect and question the things that you're saying and also be in the real world. What is happening there? At this, do you want to have real conversations or do you want to just like rile people up and add to a conversation that's not going anywhere?
Yeah.
So the podcast we did was kind of a parody of how we listen and the kind of quote unquote content that's out there. So I understand people need community, but we should always question the kind of community we are building.
Yeah.
Yes. Even if you love those people, you should be able to hold them accountable.
Yeah.
Yes.
So will we see more of that? Because I do see the longevity of it as a parody.
Yes.
Yeah. The first time I saw it, a Pink Pill podcast, nilikuwa, is this for real? Nico, I get the parody idea, but Nico, is this for real? For real? So I'm glad.
No, it's I wouldn't encourage anyone to go to the polar opposites.
Yeah.
Because I usually feel it becomes counterproductive after a while. You realize the problems you're trying to solve are not solvable in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to actually start thinking a little bit more about the choices you're making right now because this content is not just consumed by very like people your age. It's also consumed by people who are younger and impressionable and probably do not know any better. Yeah.
Oh man, I really love that statement. I really do, because it means it's not just about the laughs anymore. We should be conscious of what we're putting out here. And I'm glad that you are. I'm glad that you are. So when is this show? Tell us the details. Tell us the where. Because me nilichochapa Dagi, I'm coming for the last one, and I was right there. And I saw a couple of people who actually were like, you know what, we had it and we were there, so I can't wait for them to say they came and had a good time.
So thank you for pushing comedy, because like comedians are usually like, no one is booking us. And I'm like, okay, we have to keep showing up for radio shows. And like every single person was also willing to pull us up. And Kugongo ni Constant is a parody, stand-up comedy fusion, satirical piece that we're doing as a live show, kind of like a live podcast recording. It's not really like a live podcast recording, but we want to be able to convert some of the concepts we see online and push them on live stage and see how we can elevate comedy in that way. And so Kugongwa ni Constant came from the idea of like Kugongewa ni Constant, but we were like, this is not the POV we want to take. We want to take one where women have been trying to date and like trying to follow the rules of the game, but all of you are not really going anywhere. Our experiences are either mirrored in each other or our experiences are unique and difficult. And we're going to give advice to people and we're going to help, people think about their choices. And also we're going to laugh at you for making poor choices. We're going to laugh at ourselves for making poor choices or like really good choices. So it's all the facets of dating in Nairobi specifically, because Kugongewa ni Constant is like the landscape. Unfortunately, it's the landscape, but pia kugongwa ni constant.
Yeah.
Like you can be having, so I'll give an example. You can be out there in the dating world and you are very open-minded and open-hearted, and you meet someone who is also open-minded and open-hearted, and you feel like you're journeying together going towards something. And then that person is probably having a completely different experience to the one you're having. And you end up having, you end up losing a little bit of yourself because the relationship did not work out the way you thought it would. And so those two little moments of where it fell apart is what Kugongwa ni Constant is all about.
Damn it, you're getting too close to my personal life, man. I love the truth in what you guys do. I love the parody angle. When is this? Where is this?
So Kugongwa ni Constant Tales of Dating in Nairobi is happening at the Nairobi Laugh Bar. That is Chemi Chemi restaurant on Kingara Road. You cannot miss it. It's just a little off like the Naivas on Kingara Road. Next to Gecko. If you get lost, if you get to Gecko, it's literally like 3 steps. And you're in Nairobi Laugh Bar. The show starts at 7:30 p.m. Make sure you get in there, get a drink. You're going to have a really good time.
I bet you are. I bet we are, Maze. I bet we are. Please say hi to the ladies. I'm a huge fan of all of them.
I will.
I'm sure you'll also have other featured acts in there.
Yes. We're going to have Nelly, who's a lovely friend of ours. She's also a female comedian. I have to clarify because sometimes Nellies are also boys. But like, Nelly is a female comedian. She's amazing. We're going to have Nduta, who's also another comedian. Nduta is going to be performing.
I love Nduts.
Yes. And then we're going to throw in our diversity hire, Amandip Jagde, because he kind of offered. Yeah, so those are the 3 comedic acts we're going to have, fully stand-up comedic acts, and then our segment.
Man, I can't miss Nduta.
Yes, you have to see Nduta.
Man, I love Nduta with my whole heart.
Nduta unapendwa huku. Please kuja.
True story. That's what's up. Thank you so much. I wish you well for this particular one. But we are at Power Radio, which is under Power 254. So we wouldn't leave without getting your perspective on the what next for what you're doing in the activism space.
That's a hard question. I was just like very good with answering comedic stuff. You know?
Okay, but if you'd like us to end it there, we could. Why not?
No. I can talk about it. I try to push my commentary in ways that not just elevate comedy, but also make people think and actively participate. And I want to encourage anyone who has initiatives, especially that help communities or like do community work across the country. I would like to highlight those stories because I'm also trying to figure out how my show can help coalesce or like bring people together who want to contribute their time or want to be able to offer resources, because sometimes I think there's a missing link between what people want to do and what is being done, because whatever idea you usually have, some 3 or 4 people are probably already actively doing it. So what I would like my show to do outside of like saying we are drowning in bad governance is also these are the people who are doing incredible work, and these are the ways that you could volunteer, or these are the ways you could contribute instead of just being, for lack of a better word, a complainer.
Love that you're active. You're active and you're out here, Maze. Ladies and gentlemen, Justine Wanda, you've got to catch her. I have witnessed her and I'd love to do it again and again and again. You have to watch her. You have to watch Shiko. You have to watch Ruthie, Nduta. Well, there'll be a man in there.
Yes.
Just
watch all the homies. Or watch all the homies. But yeah, we had to put a man in there.
Yeah.
An actual a man. Like a
oh,
man.
wow.
Yeah.
I see it. I see it. Ladies and gentlemen, guess what? This is Nairobi, and what the ladies are saying is Kugongwa ni constant. Show up. For now, situendele na mziki. #CenterStageKE. #Kigondu is on. Thank you so much for your time, Justine.
Thank you so much for having me.
Anytime, Maze. Literally, anytime. If you want any promo, tuko. Easy.
I'll reach out.
For now, music, baby.
Power Radio.
Watoto sana wamekuwa complain sana sana wanasema yani Kenyan men are very unromantic nasema pole on behalf of all the men out there hii ni genge love inaenda kitukai
nitakupa jamii ukinijali nimeapa uwe msanii unaganji sitakuacha bora unipe unachonahidi mgenge nimeapa mapenzi bora ya kudumu mimi nawe bila shaka
kwangu ni kama ua nisipokushughulikia kakuwekea maji naweza kuua nashikilia roho yako fiti ka glasi nisiachilie sabujo naweza ivunja mtotoe nikatambia walua na nikoshua utamu ya manzi mnaijua nyuma ya kila mwanaume endelea kimaisha kuna mrembo anamshikilia na msupport kabisa manzi we ni pesa yangu kwa benki na kuhifadhi maisha baadaye watoto wengi si unajua ni track noma kwa msanii feeling yenye unipa nikiwa studio ndani mtoto nikaa hewa ya asubuhi na mapema juu inakata wingu smile yako unacheka se una blush unadai na kudanganya ukweli ningependa kuomba hizo mbana
nitakupa jamii ukinijali nimeapa uwe msanii unaganji sitakuacha bora unipe unachonahidi mgenge nimeapa mapenzi bora ya kudumu mimi nawe bila shaka
totoe ni kanda yangu bala vile mwishughulikia kuwekea tu hivi ngata na rangi ya power ndio ikae smata shika inoti kucha tengeza hata sura nywele shughulikia na vitu kadhaa ndio ndringie maboy wangu vile tu umevaa mtoto najua wewe ni kapaka yangu ya nyumba na kupapasa mgongo nywele na sura matime unaweza kwa kasi mboa savo najua utaki manzi mwingine karibu na boy wako check vile unatembea kata usi swaga juu maringo na fikiria harusi mtoto ni kapete ilienda kuoa nayo itakuwa makoi mkono acha rungu ya nyayo na joja zoea kuambia mtuka hizi genge labda una experience hizi
nitakupa jamii ukinijali nimeapa uwe msanii unaganji sitakuacha bora unipe unachonahidi mgenge nimeapa mapenzi bora ya kudumu mimi nawe bila shaka
gazeti mwaga nimekusoma ukinjamia na kuangushia joke moja noma nishakwambia ni kavumbi kishikana na mvua inanukia garoma moja tu ya kishua ndio wewe na makokobata ukishajipaka mapo yangu kwa shingo tunajipata mtoto kwangu wewe ni kitunguu unanitoaga machozi na jikausha tu vigumu labda za sema joy story iko bambi hakuna mali naenda hapa nadunga kambi jaja mwenyewe nikoshua kuona yeye ucheka malaika wanamgotea moral vile alikujenga kuna vitu mob sana anaweza compare nazo lakini hii ndio mwisho ya mawazo wewe ni kama mstari ya mwisho kwa ngoma venye na blend fiti sana inaingiza chorus
nitakupa jamii ukinijali nimeapa uwe msanii unaganji sitakuacha bora unipe unachonahidi mgenge nimeapa mapenzi bora ya kudumu mimi nawe bila shaka nitakupa jamii ukinijali nimeapa uwe msanii unaganji sitakuacha bora unipe unachonahidi mgenge nimeapa mapenzi bora ya kudumu mimi nawe bila shaka
P-I-double-Z. What's up sweetheart? What's popping? Ndakujoka uko fini kupeleke shopping nikudungisha hadi mademo anze kukopi nasikia wewe ni msupa di Jesus anakuaga amekunoki halap that's my holy spirit talking turn up kuja ni love mini doki kukupenda sichoki kwa row ni toki achana Churchill zake ni joking team terga zangu ni jogging achana Benz baby ingia kwa vote na ni jazz kama sana cheza saxophone unani rap ka MC anatumia microphone young gifted and blackberry kama Vodafone and you blow my ear drums like an earphone. Yeah, I'm feeling something.
Wanna do something for you, 'cause I'm feeling something for you. Wanna do something for you, 'cause I'm feeling something for you. I wanna do it's a feeling for me and you. I wanna do it's a feeling for me and you.
When it radius, middle diameter, Dr. Nandem heart, check your thermometer. Octonico on, top ka numerator, marap wako chini yangu ka denominators. Niliacha kugota man, kaujajua zangu siku zile za ma high five ka pentagon, marapa wana sita, ka hexagon madem wanachora basa, ka heptagon na represent number 8, ka octagon mfuko kitita, banki koma mita, zima kune madam, ka githeri na hita, usijali juu ya bills, ni stima nitalipa so. Nasaka pepa, go kishtepa, acha kuteta, wakapepeta. Mini Oscar, na weni Lupita so ni obvious, utanifuata. I'm feeling
it's a feeling for me and you. Wanna do something for you, 'cause I'm feeling something for you. Wanna do something for you, 'cause I'm feeling something for you.
fish unasau milipirana na katikati ya miguu nimebebea boxapikana begi yangu wandogo na wanda kilo siku si ufinyana nails cut over daily sina kuoga ni fupi sana unangeuza pudi kila day unanichanganya na nina do si sura si nywele si figa si leg si toe si finger umeiva madam na si sifa uko na bragging rights unaweza ringa niko na banking rights new make 6 figures time ya rap tone ilikuwa ga igi time ya octo ni ajiji why cause I'm fancy and stop asking me why cause I'm thirsty every time I look in your eyes your thighs you got this time to survive I'm feeling something
Wanna do something for you, 'cause I'm feeling something for you. Wanna do something for you, 'cause I'm feeling something for you.
I wanna do I wanna do I wanna do I wanna do I wanna do
It's a feeling for me and you.
Power Radio. Tune in and
Ladies and gentlemen, we have queens in the building. Yay! Maze lakini wameingia na ubaya bana wako wewe mato. Wewe by the way. But ni sawa, ni mapenzi. Ladies and gentlemen, we have two phenomenal queens who happen to be friends of mine that I've known for a while now. Maze, tunafaa kwanza kucelebrate hizi miaka za urafiki maze. We need to. So ladies and gentlemen, we have Beril Oondo. This is a queen that I met. Watu lijuana lini? Red Dress or something, yeah? Since 2018, 2019. Oh, the lady. Guy ati Red Dress. Hapana, tumefanya movie inakam. Kuna movie inakam. Inaitwa The Yellow Dress. Na tuliwa interview, so na plug. Chini ya maji. So gojeni cinema. UI Xavier movie inakam. Speaking of dresses, we met at the Red Dress. Na tukidu the Red Dress, nakumbuka. By the time we were done, I was sure I was working with Beril Oondo, who happens to be a production manager. By then, she was a stage manager. And I'm so proud of who she's growing into being, Maze. Hey, Maze. All these years later, Nico, hey, she's still at it. Very good at it, Maze. Keep doing what you do. Mina celebrate. Then right next to her, we have a queen that I first watched on stage, then soon enough knew in person. Alikuja workshop, ni vile saitu ameingia. Wewe workshop yako uliweka workshop yako ni ya watu but anyway ni sawa. Naomi, I first knew her as Naomi actress. I love that you're now going by Naomi Wairimu.
Yes.
How'd drop actress?
Sija drop actress.
Still there.
That's
It's brand.
the brand name.
Maze. So ladies and gentlemen, the queens are in the building. Maze hadi ngeni wanasema tutaki zako. Taki zako tutajifanyia yetu maze.
Tumejipanga.
Si ndio?
Yeah.
Wacha tuanze deep into business. Kuna show inakam. Kuna show inakam. Na nimesomea watu nilikuwa naenda kusema but nimesoma synopsis and I was like okay, so faith and love, so we'll get into that, yeah, but let's start with that. Why are we here? Not only because we are artists and we are celebrating queens, but we have a show that is coming up. Tuanze depend tuambieni juu ya this show. When is it? What is it about? We could start with the when, the where, the how much. Let's go to the what is it about. Then we'll break it down as we're getting into your individual lives.
Right.
Go for it.
Our individual lives.
Yes.
The show is on the 11th, 12th, and 13th April at the Kenya National Theatre, Ukumbi Mdogo. So on the 11th, we have at 6 p.m. 12th is 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. And then 13th, 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. Ticket saizi bado tunacheza hapa kwa advance 1300. Tukifika kwa gate, si watu wenye wananipenda ni wa gate. Tuanga tu 1500. Hakuna pressure. Lakini kama uko na mtu wako kuna 25. Nimekuhurumia nakapunch.
Good.
Watu watafute watu.
Sindio, what is the name of this show? What is the name of the company hosting it?
The name is Against the Tide. The company is Son of Man Productions.
Son of Man Productions. Niliwaambia, these guys were nominated for Theatre Company of the Year. Hawataki makofi zangu. Every time naeka makofi wanajiwekea zao. Ni sawa. Sindio maze. So who is in this particular one? The characters. Tell me a bit about the story, Naomi.
A bit about the story. First of all, I think tupatie Marvin Kibicho, the writer, his credits, because the direction he has taken is a very bold move, because ameamua sasa, let's get to the church. What's happening inside the church? And that's what the play is all about, showing the dark side of the church that nobody talks about. We all see the, wacha nisikute watu,
wakute
wewe kanisa.
Sindio, wamepewa 20 million.
The time is now.
Wakute. Sindio.
Na kuna 100 million inakam.
Kuna ingine inakam.
Wewe, but anyway, so I think it's a very bold move to make to get to know more about what's happening in the church, what's happening with our leaders, and
Okay, let me ask. If you were to choose between faith and love, would you be willing to sacrifice one over the other? Aki, you both are you are both in very serious relationships. Sasa nimeuliza niko
imagine unataka tuache.
Hakuna haja, wacha nijijibie. Wacha nimewaangalia niko hii hapa na expose maneno. But because I know the plays around this.
Yes.
Yeah. Wacha niulize Flozz. Mimi na wewe tunaweza discuss. Unajua, si at risk. At risk. Wacha tusikai. Wacha chorea history. Kidogo na chorea history. Yeah? Tell us a bit about the characters in this particular play, Beril. So we've heard about the director. As production manager, najua uko more on the admin and pushing and marketing side. But occasionally unachungulia. Yeah? Na pia watu wakiongeleshwa contract tulikuwa hapo uko hiyo huyu mreducie kidogo or something like that. Who else is in this particular one?
Interesting enough, this time ni kama director alinitupa kwa deep end.
Okay, so you're fully producing?
Yeah.
Hey,
imagine how many so we have Asante. We have Naomi, we have a lady called Ivy. Msichana kona sauti.
Okay.
Jameni. Sauti ya kutoa nyoka pangoni.
Is she singing? Ama ni sauti ya...
She can sing.
Okay.
She can really sing. And then we have another brilliant actor known as Victor. Victor is now the main guy who is called Soul.
He's playing the priest?
He's playing the priest.
Okay.
Now this priest has so many layers. that is, even me, I'm interested and it is triggering. And then we have another guy called Daljito Chieng, who is now representing the men in uniform. Yeah.
Hey. Nasi watchman atuongelei watchman nazijui mbona nimeassume watchman wote wanaongea Kiluya but ni sawa. What's the story about? Like tumehint kidogo Naomi, tumehint kidogo tukasema religion nini, but what's the story really about? Without spoiling it for us, you could tell us it is this character who does 1 2 3 4 and this is where they find themselves. Just a bit of that. Nitasoma synopsis, but I want it directly from you. Anasema nitasoma out loud. I mean mesoma.
Wow, what's the story about?
Yeah.
Sijui niongelele character yangu.
Sawa, wewe umeamua kujibu question yako but ni sawa.
Because okay, like for like generally I think the story is about is just like getting to like the vile nimesema tu the dark side of like the church and leaders that we never get to see, including sasa the guys in blue. We tuna watu tunaanika watu.
Okay.
So basically that's I think the main goal that the writer was going for. And my character first of all, I think I am in love with this character because first of all, it's my very first time to do such a character. It's something I have never been casted for ever. So number one, pia inaniambia Naomi sasa out of your comfort zone. And research hapo tunafanya proper. Sitaki kuspoil juu sitaki mjue. But anyway, ndio mkamuone, sindio? But it's a character that the way it has been put, it's like the truth of the story. Like I am representing the truth.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And I think also to add on to that, against the tide, everyone is playing a role that doesn't depict their character.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might see them dressed this way.
Hey.
Amevalia ngozi ya kondoo lakini ndani
ni yule
nitawachia hapo.
Hey, it's a puzzle out here. It's a puzzle and intentionally so, ladies and gentlemen, against the tide. Aya, wacha saa finally niwasomee synopsis. Yeah, because at least we've invested in it. Sijui ama imechange, labda mmechange in rehearsal. Ikisonga, aya, mtaniambia ama tumekaribia. Niko kwa page yenu. Hapo ndio nilisoma in the previous link. In Against the Tide, a rogue priest wrestling with forbidden love and a fierce prostitute seeking redemption are drawn together. Inakuja. Inakuja. When her baby is stolen from a zealous nun, bent on saving the child from sin. Ooh, interesting. Their fragile sanctuary begins to unravel. The powerful tale of love, betrayal, and redemption will leave you questioning how far one can go to defy faith and fight for what matters most. Like Beril told us, it happened the 11th and the 13th, to the 13th of April. Now, April simbali, kufumba kufumbua, we are in April, so get your advance tickets already. In the next link, natakasa tuangalie stories zao maze. Leo tuna celebrate the queens. So I want to know how they ended up where they ended up. Unajua? Maze, tusikie vile wali end up kuwa the superstars they are. Mina waona hapa tu kwa billboards za butter. Watu wakitembea tu niko, aya, huyu tunamjua. Mimi hata nilikuwa hata naangalia picha niko, haya, mimi na advertise hiyo viatu lakini huyu namjua. Let's, wacha nimpigie uone. Jumping into the music, ladies and gentlemen, #CenterStageKE, #PowerRadio, #Kigondu is on. Wacha tusikiama pia tunaweza wachokoza on the socials. Beril, tunakupataje social media?
Beril Oondo zote.
Beril Oondo, and that's BERI.
Yep.
Kwa simu yangu nimekusave ka ERY.
I know. Babangu aliamua.
Yeah.
Nataka tu kwetu Mjaluo. So hadi jina tu naandika vile nimeifeel.
Please do you. Tafadhali. Shout out to dad maze. Naomi, tunakupataje pale kwenye social media?
Naomi Actress on all my socials.
That's what's up maze.
Yes.
Talk to them, talk to us at Power Radio, PAWA, on all social media platforms. As for now, next link, wacha tutasikia story yao. Kauna ikemba pia unaweza tukumbusha. Huyu nilimuona akianza. Let's go.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Baby, I'm dating you for life. If you're still testing things, baby, I'm in trouble. I choose you. I choose you. Baby, I'm racing. I'm coming for your love. I'm always chasing you day and night. To see your smile here next to mine and hear your laughter. I'd worry daily, anyisiga kila time. Your hand in mine fits by design, that's what I'm after. Nyakoni, nyakoni, body. Nyakoni, nyakoni, body. Nyakoni, nyakoni, body. Nyakoni, nyakoni, money. For your love, cheers. 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 For your love.
Bacha ipongo kendi loko papiringe era towa moko joa onge ngamasime apari pile alekiga kumaninde nyako mara pudo hera nito nasenime ahero kakibwonjo gaja beri nyosa to sama goyo wanga kumi mor emathunga aparo chon mana seri neni kuosa to kara deep down donge chunyi no se yera jabera heri molo ngimana in fact teri dala ine mama gi baba jaberi gadieri loko ngimana sami jil batayawa onge paro mathaga irita kama fine kado tingeloso nyako duonde yom inyaleny samoloso figa ne fine namba mochalo taboro nyara kite ber gi dhako dhano taloyo
Cheers for your love. 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 Nyakoni body. Nyakoni body. Nyakoni body. Nyakoni money. Nyakoni body. Nyakoni body. Nyakoni body. Nyakoni money. For your love. Cheers 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 for your love.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Don't try to change the subject. You are the reason for this mess. Wewe ni wako. This time I'll make no regrets. It's fine, I was not too impressed. Now me miss you wako. Ilhali ukumbali niwe anayefaa. Ilhali uko nami niwe anayefaa. Ilhali uko mbali niwe anayefaa. Ilhali uko nami niwe anayefaa. Niwe anayefaa. Ni wewe anayefaa. Ni wewe anayefaa. Ni wewe. Don't try to make the same mistakes they said sikujua ulivyoenda. No, and I doubt that I could change the words, doubt that I could change the hurt, doubt that I could change the ways ulivyoniweza na kama nilivyokupenda. ya kale kwako, furaha ya kale kwako, furaha ya kale hapo, zamani za kale hapo, zamani za kale kwako, furaha ya kale kwako.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Power Radio. Unajua tuko center stage. Wacha saizi nzungumze kwa lugha ya Kiswahili. Unajua tumewaeleza Aprili yaja na weekend ya kwanza tumeeleza kuna tamthilia yaja yaitwa Picha. Mwelekezi Kigondu Martin, lakini kisha baada ya hiyo punde si punde ghafla bin vu. Unajua wahenga hakutupaka mafuta kwa mgongo wa chupa. Kuna play na kama inaitwa Beneath the Tides starring Naomi against. Why do I keep calling it Beneath?
Jamil.
Beneath. Okay, sawa. Wacha ni plug in. Beneath the Tides ilifanywa na it was 5 films by Sam Soko and other filmmakers. That was done early last year, so that is why inashinda kikam kwa mind. But nimeskrimiwa. It's against. So Against the Tide inakuja na inakuja second weekend of April. Get your tickets already. Ziko wapi tiko? Ziko Kenya Buzz?
Kuna Kenya Buzz,
Yeah.
kuna MOOC na the one and only Sanapos.
Sanapost. Shout out Sanapost. Enda Sanapost maze. Buy now. Aya, tuna celebrate Queens this month maze. Beril. Congratulations maze. Nikikujua familia iko expand, but now you're not only a production manager but wewe mzazi pia. Nilikujua ukiwa single?
Hatukuwa tumedefine.
Kidogo tu ningeact. Lakini kulikuwa na karibu kidogo tu. But congratulations maze.
Thank you.
How has it been for you? Do you feel a difference one in that season of being with child and still being a performing artist and yet still surviving to now and thriving? Because I've seen a lot of my friends who the moment familia inaanza wanna jump out of unajua career path. So first of all, I'm celebrating that you're still here.
Thank you.
But question yangu ni how have you how are you still here? Because most of them drop out.
It's been a journey. I wouldn't say tough. In that season, maybe it was tough, but it's been a journey because I became a mother in the season where now COVID hit. So me nikisha nilijipata kwa mama. I knew after 3 months I'm gonna go back and work, because in my head I was like, the beauty with our industry is I can actually maneuver my work because I wasn't so much on stage. It was behind the scenes. So I knew I would juggle it with my kid. So when COVID hit, I had to stay home, and that season was tough. But now, the lack of independence that I felt at that particular time is what even now drove me more to want to come back, because art was my peace. That's where I could actually express myself, feel myself, and do something that I love, that even if it doesn't pay, but I sleep well at night after doing it. So that was the drive.
Doesn't pay yet.
Yes, that's the word. So after the period of giving birth and the changes in the body and the confusion in the mind, I am glad I had a society that showed me it is okay, you can do it. Was it easy? No. There were days where the pits were so dark that I wanted to stay there and remain there. But now coming out of it again was not easy, because now I literally started from scratch. Because when I was leaving, I was Beril, but now I am coming back as Beril Wandani. I will not say the Nani. Beril Wandani. And the Beril Wandani, at first I thought it was okay, but kumbe I had lost my identity. So I intentionally started working, I think, was it last year, if not last year, but one, now to bring back the Beril that people used to know on what I used to do. And that is why I am all out here trying to survive. Yes.
And I'm glad that you're working at it. Tumefanya projects, I think, since then, at least 2.
Yeah.
I think I nili apologize and apologize tena. Kwa moja tulipitia kimoja kilitupiga character development.
Yeah. I know.
So really sorry about that project.
But you know, something interesting with that project was, as much as that character development happened, it gave me an opportunity to see that there are actually other people who remember I was there before I left, because after coming back from pregnancy, you're actually the first person I worked with after a very long time. So as much as kulikuwa na hizo up and downs that we went through, for the first, I felt seen by people who are out of my space, out of my community. And that is what actually even made me push more to be out here.
I'm glad, Maze. No, me, Beril, nakutambua, I really respect what you do.
Asante.
Yeah, I'm really proud of you, even now the scaling that you're doing with producing and all. I can't wait to celebrate you 10 years, 5 years, 3 months from now, Maze. Because there's a lot of growth here.
Thank you.
Know? Leonie makofi tu. Fantastic. Naomi, how is the balance? I know you don't speak that much about your personal life. How is it for you, though, without even getting that deep into it? How's the balance, just knowing that you have a home to go back to, yet you still have these characters that you normally, become?
I think for me, the balance is... it's easier for me because I have a very understanding partner who understands my field of work and respects it a lot. So even if I get to be like, I'm out here like on social media, I'm like chini ya maji pia nafanya usanii, theater, film. At the end of the day, when I go back home, it's he understands that this is what I do and this is who I am and there's nothing I can do about it. So I think it's just having a very supportive, understanding partner, and then it just makes it easier for myself.
Kwa hivyo tuchague vizuri.
Yes, chagueni vizuri.
I hear you, ladies and gentlemen. We started out by celebrating what they're doing. And once again, I'd like to remind you that weekend, the second weekend of April, Son of Man will be staging this phenomenal play. Watawambia title na watawambia the timings because mimi nikianza nitafanyiwa ile kitu. So once again, what is the title of the project by Son of Man?
Against the Tide.
Against the Tide.
Yes.
Happening on the 12th,
11th,
12th,
and
13th.
Yes.
This is Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Get your tickets already. Tumeambia platforms ni gani na gani?
Kenya Buzz, MOOC, and Sanapos.
Kenya Buzz, MOOC, and Sanapos. Get your tickets already. Saizi bado tuko advance tickets maze, na hizo nizo za raia bana. Raia ndio tuko wengi. Situzibaye maze. Asanteni sana for your time.
Asante.
Thank
you so much for having us.
Anytime, maze. It's always a good time. Hata mkikuja kunibuli, it's always a good time. Ladies and gentlemen.
Tunakupenda tukubuli.
Maze mimi napendwa. Out here, I'm doing okay.
Tafanya Martina blush.
You know, Flozz huku tu ameniweka. Niko na njaa tangu saa 4 tu hapo. Tungangane maze, tuende nayo. Flozz mimi napendwa. Life is good, man. I'm a blessed man. Ladies and gentlemen, center stage is the show. Kigondu is your host. Nimefurahia sana kuwa na nyinyi. I'm super glad I'm closing this show right now with these two phenomenal queens in the room. In fact, si wao pekee wako pia Kare maze amenizungusha personally. Si maisha mabaya natumiwa. God is good maze. Shout out Kare, shout out Flozz maze. I celebrate the queens around me. I do see what you're doing maze. You're professionals and you're good at it. Tulianza na Spontaneous, the poet in the first section, na tukasema she's out here doing so much for her like she said, her kind in the industry, in the poetry circles. We are super proud of you, Spontaneous. Tumeenda pale stand-up comedy, stand-up collective. Na tukaona pia we have queens out there. Na wakatuambia, you know what, in their fun way of looking at things, kugongwa ni constant. Wanawake pia wanaweza ongea tabia mbaya. They can be very witty. They can be really good at what they do. That's the title of their show, so go check it out this weekend. Na wamwambia iko pale Junction 2. Ingia hivyo teremka. Hapo to Junction, off Ngong Road, Kingara Road. Go to Chemichemi and watch stand-up comedy because these guys are out here and they're good at what they do. And last but not least, the theater is active. There's always something in the cinemas. So like we said in the first hour, and I watch something at the cinemas. If not so, go watch it live. That's how we love it. Naomi, Beril, asanteni sana. Go catch them. April yaja. Shout out Marvin. Tunaonana tena hopefully soon. Ladies and gentlemen, Kigondu is out. Nawafungia na mziki. This last song, maze. Iwabambe, maze. See you next week. at Kigondu, KIGONDUW on all social media platforms, at Center Stage KE pale IG, na tunakam na all these platforms. Mi hata TikTok nitaingia, si ndio? You know, kwaherini sana maze. We are out.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Malkia, 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 kuwa this fine inakuwa unfair, and you already know, yeah, you already know. Malkia, 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 nimekutuma text mingi kama mia, hivi ndio umeni show, yani umeni ghost. Mimi, mi yule mu sexy, mini yule mu deadly, ni upenda kwa na pedi, wa mama na walevi. Mi yule mu sexy, hauwezi ni seti, na kauna GT, kauko na main character energy. Uki ghostiwa, ghostika, tough time never last, only tough people, yeah. Na uki blokiwa, blokika, you're a 10 out of 10 time yako inafika, ghostika. I don't know, no, you're wasting time. I know you're wasting time. I don't know, no, you're wasting time. Ghostika, bro, shika story. Kumbuka yule dem nilimnogi, sio njogi. Yule tulipata na gatoi, huyo shori. So jana nilipata na mbogi, tukalink na mayengs, mimi nikaingia dance, nikempata na Pascal Tokodi. Oh ngoja mengine, tulia kwanza nikuambie. Masaa nilikatch time, alitoa clutch, ati anashika simu za utile. Huyu dem atanirarua, kila siku nasikia ruma ruma, hata hajui jina yangu buda, anashinda akiniita Nick Mutuma. Ukighostiwa, ghostika, tough time never last, only tough people, na ukiblokiwa, blokika, you're a 10 out of 10 time yako inafika. Ukighostiwa, ghostika, tough time never last, only tough people, na ukiblokiwa, blokika, you're a 10 out of 10 time yako inafika. Ghostika.
Power Radio. Tune in and